It's been too long.
No, I look older. Do I look wiser and
But you
older?
are.
I think I
I
am.
mean, but me too.
Yeah, that's true.
You've been
Um,
so busy, which is unlike you.
I talked to my director the other day, and of the things that we're not going to talk about. And I mentioned a show that I'd worked on with the AD, and the director is the director of Deliverance. Like it's John Borman. It's this guy
Well,
who's been
that's
around,
fantastic.
amazing guy. Not the director on this. This is the director I was talking about having worked with when I was a kid.
Oh,
But this director had never
God.
heard of them. And I realized there's such a huge generational difference between. I am so old now that I'm of a whole other era of filmmaking, basically.
No, wait.
That's all macho filmmaking, right? That's all
But
male.
you know Orson Welles and
Not personally. I'm
DeMille
not that fucking
and
old.
Ford. Yes, but you're aware of them and their work.
Yeah, but again, that would have been history to me back in the day, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You knew the history. Why don't they?
Because I think because there's too much stuff. I think there's more. There's just so much more out there. I don't know that you can keep. Like she was talking about there's like a list of like there's the AFI list of the 500 films you have to watch if you're a filmmaker, basically.
Oh,
And she's
okay,
like,
okay.
it's like I don't have time. I'm too
And
busy.
you have like what, 30, 40 movies on there, something like that?
And yeah, I have at least none. So actually, no, I might have one. There might be one or two. Actually, now I think about it, it could be Shape of Water.
Cube,
It could be
probably. It's got a lot of good buzz.
on there? Maybe Cube. That was actually really
I don't
funny.
know.
It was funny too. There were a couple of kids who said, "Why the hell do we know you?" And I was like, "I don't know." And they said, "Like, what do you like? What would we know you from?" And I'm the whole time I'm thinking, like, dude, like you haven't IMDb'd me, like what the like what?
Like, come on, man.
Come on, you can look this stuff up. You don't need to ask me. I think they were just looking for a way into chat. But and then so I told them about Stargate, and they're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, what about Cube? And Cube, they lost their freaking mind.
See, weird, huh?
But they were young, like they were in their 20s, I guess. So that's had some kind of I don't know. That's become like a cult thing or something. People are.
When I was trying to get the expert for uh trans issues.
Oh yeah, what happened?
And you and I haven't been able to be regular enough, and I can't like I want like a sure time that I can give them.
So you're blaming me. No, that's good. That's
no, it's not. It's
no, it's not you, David. It's just that I'm here every day, and it's fine. But you're not. Yeah, this is why we gotta get
I could do it
on your own. How the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you need to be able to stream by yourself without me.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking loser who has to work for a living. You know what I mean?
That's so gross.
Every so often, I know it's disgusting.
Hey, how do I get your I want your agent to I need an agent.
You know what's funny?
Is it free?
Oh shit! I can't say that. I was going to say, well, I spoke to someone's agent, who's the agent who looks after people who write books who aren't actors.
Oh.
And I could definitely look into that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
In fact, that could be kind of a fun pitch because you have to write your book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With help.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
We need to write the book with talking. Or with AI. We do it as a series where we just have AI recreate moments in your life and laugh at how bad they are, both as moments in your life and as moments of AI.
I do like the idea of a co-writer, like a human one, that can say, well, no, you can include that, Lance. That's part of your story. You don't have to protect these people or whatever, you know what I mean? Or, you feel guilty because blah, 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 but, it's your story. Well, or something like that. Talk me into it.
We talked about this before, though, too, where you can also just say it's not a true story. Like, just say this is all made up.
Man.
And then just do the whole thing like as real as you want. And then if anyone has a problem, you go like, yeah, I said it's fake. I said it's made up. And everyone knows it's not, but the reality is you said it's not. So it's not like you've claimed.
Well, I could use names then.
Yeah. That's I guess it depends.
They have to be like public figures, right?
Someone said you can't be a writer until your parents are dead.
Which
I think that was Bukowski. I think that was actually Bukowski. Remember Barfly? Used to read Bukowski when I was young, and
I never did. I've read who is that guy that was like the gonzo journalist guy?
Oh, Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, I read him. I read.
I like Fear and Loathing.
Wait, who did Fight Club?
Palenchuk.
Yeah. I read that.
He's amazing. I haven't
That's
yet
mostly
read
weird
that.
stuff.
I read one of his other books called like Haunted or something. It was one of the most disturbing books I've ever read. In fact, I'm not sure I finished it. It was so disturbing. The stories in it were so like it's like he went out of his way to be just revolting.
Wow, but he could do it in writing.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty. In fact, I would say it's even better in writing because you have to imagine it, and by imagining it, you feel like you've somehow just had your brain hacked.
Like if it was an audiobook, somebody have to be there, like stuffing their fist into a mayo jar, going.
It's yeah. You wait. I'll get you the name of it. I think it's called.
Hey, from Scotland.
Hey,
Elizabeth
chat.
from
I
Scotland.
forgot we have a chat.
We have a chat. It's good to see you.
It's been too long, Lance. I've forgotten. What's an internet? Hey, Atina, Moto, Michael, John, David, everybody, Max, Callum,
Nixie, woo!
How do you say that? Caelan. There's like a.
I don't know. Where are we at? I see
sounds
Marco
like an Irish thing or something. Good evening from Bristol, Dave, Wayne. Happy to be here. Happy you're talking. It has been a long time. It really has. And as I say, I apologize because it's also been those things like, when you finally do get time to yourself, you're like, I really need this time to myself. So I'm doing that too. So, yeah. What's the topic, dudes? Epstein, Isn't it?
It's not. Let's see. Let's open up. Do you see I have that in the Discord?
Have you got a new one in the Discord? I was looking at all the old stuff.
No, it's still old, but it's new enough. And then, okay, I probably watch 60 hours of material a week to do this stuff. So it's no big deal when we skip a week.
Is that why your head's so big?
It is why my eyes are all buggy.
Yeah, that's what it is. I knew it was something.
And then I have to cry myself to sleep at night. It's fine, though.
It is Kaylin.
It's fine.
Kaylin.
Oh, Kaylin.
Kaylin. There you go. And this is where we all launch into terrible accents, but we're not going to.
Yep, I'm ready.
So respectful. Wayne is Aussie. Yes, very good. Aussie. Oi. Oi, nice. Okay, what do you got for us? Do you want me to read off? Start with lefty versus conservative quiz? What's that?
Oh, goddamn. What did I mean?
Start with DEIA and move through the advances in society. Boy, that sounds like
I know what I was going to talk to you about. Yeah, because
topic to start with. That's 5 hours right there. Am I crazy loud, by the way? I feel like
no.
No? Good. Okay.
By the way, everybody, you're watching Damn Dirty Abes, the show where people that are not disabled, I call them Abes, because you all look alike. You look like belt buckles and buttholes. That's what you look like to me.
That's it.
So, hey,
sorry, Lance. So you recognize me. Here you go.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
It's the pig, but then also there's like double meaning there. It's like a double entendre.
Yeah,
but
I'm a pig wearing a pig.
With a picture.
Yeah. I was just showing people the angle that you would see me at.
Yeah, exactly. No belt buckle, but you tried.
What is the etiquette on that? Because I always felt like it was very condescending to kneel down and have a conversation or something.
Yeah, did you? But otherwise, like for me, I can't even tilt my head back. So I am literally just looking at your ass. So, or a crotchular area.
I am definitely not crouching down then the next time. When we first meet, I want you to just take in the magical experience.
I am staying 30 feet away from you.
My central core. Okay, sorry. Yes, we're a Damn Dirty Ape show. We all look the same.
Yeah, but we're looking at the issues in politics and life that tangentially connect to being disabled, but with what's going through the American government, and there's kind of a movement around the world towards fascism, and that never works out well for the disabled or gay or whatevs.
Lives worth living, my friend.
Yeah.
What was it? That was the German eugenics thing, wasn't it?
Right.
Decide whose lives were worth living based on their own perspective.
And boy, they just felt like they were doing good. They were nailing it.
Politics is depressing, Jeannem, but at the same time, that's our goal here, is to try to find a little bit of light. And also, it's also we're very specific about that. This is sort of politics and disability. I think is the.
Well,
I was
yeah,
only here for the tech. Bloody Lance has dragged me into all this.
I brought him in. I brought him
Right.
down with me.
Yeah, I
You
was
bring him
hoping.
down to your level, then you beat him with
I
experience,
was thinking
right?
I could drill a hole in his head and put in like some kind of a
Hmm.
brain computer interface, but no, Lance wants to talk politics.
He wants to do
He
things.
wants to do. He wants to change. Activist.
What the hell was I
Do you
talking
call
about?
yourself
Start
an
with
activist? Oh yeah, we're still describing Abe's damn dirty Abe's.
no. I'm done with that.
Oh, you done? Okay, great.
I think. What do you think, guys? Does that make
Lance
sense? Like
Carr, Gimpy G, David Hewlett, Stargate.
David Hewlett.
Yeah, nerd.
You know what? I watched a bunch of our videos. You're damn smart and insightful, David.
What?
Yeah. It doesn't show when
They
we're
must. They
live,
must
but
be
then
edited ones. They must be edited ones.
no, like I just went through them and said, "Whoa,
What do you?
that was
Oh
insightful."
my god! This is what happens when I leave you for like a week. Your go
Yeah,
back
I
and
grow
start reminiscing
nostalgic.
over
I'm
reminiscing.
looking, I'm looking at you through rose-colored glasses.
Remember when?
Hey,
Uh,
I think that's what I was going to talk about. Was
yeah,
just the idea that lefties, you're saying you were a conservative, but were you? If you look through history, conservatives are bad guys, dude. Even just regular conservatives.
I think I
If you
was the
wanted
bad
to,
guy. I think I was the bad guy.
were you the bad guy?
I think so because I probably still am to many people, but I definitely believed that it was a merit. I believed in merit. I believed in like well you just got to pick it because I thought that's what I'd done. I thought I'd worked hard to get where I was, and the reality is I'm like looking back now I go like oh you privileged little prick,
That God.
but you know yeah, I would consider myself a bad guy because I think because I just didn't have a sense of perspective on stuff. And as you get older, you just sort of realize there's not just your perspective on things, right?
Right. To me, any resistance to changing things for the better is,
Mm.
or to keep people excluded, or there was a video you're going to have to watch. It's called Jubilee, and they do these like debates, and they had a guy named Mehdi Hassan. Do you know who he is?
No.
Fantastically bright human being. They fired him off of MSNBC
Mm.
because he would, he kind of hit big businesses and
What's it called? Jubilee?
Jubilee. This one was.
It's Jubilee. It's a YouTube series?
It is, and the Mehdi Hassan is the guy Mehdi.
Oh,
And,
this guy where he debates everybody.
well, this is the one time he did it. He has,
Oh.
like I said, he had a show on NBC, MSNBC, and now he has his own show called Zateo, and it's on YouTube as well. The dude's brilliant. They brought in 20 ultra conservatives. That's what made me think of this.
I got one progressive versus 20 MAGAs. Jordan Peterson, which we can blame Canada for, versus 20 atheists.
No, and that was funny too because it started out with it was called one Christian versus 20 atheists, and then Jordan Peterson, like he's the Deepak Chopra of Canada, so he just makes up all these word salads and oh yeah, well what does the word is mean?
Yeah, he's big on semantics, isn't he? Yeah.
What do you mean by faith?
Yeah.
What do you mean by Catholicism?
What do you mean by face?
Faith.
Faith. I thought you said face. I wouldn't be surprised if we did that too. All right,
wait, can we go up one? Okay, that's one progressive, 20 magas. That was fantastic. Sam Cedar, he was on Sex in the City, and he did he was a director for a show with Gary Busey was the star, and so he literally had to trick Gary Busey into like doing things like we're like he'd hide his drugs and things like that. Like he really had to work around him.
I'm not surprised. Jesus. He sounds pretty crazy. I think Jane interviewed him at one point.
Gary Busey?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She interviewed lots of. Apparently, he was. She had difficulty getting rid of him. Shall we say?
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Nice looking English lady.
Yeah, a little accent and
accent. Boom.
Done. That's it. Worked for me.
Drive around with no helmet for a while, and look what you become.
Yeah, he was such an advocate for that too. like he was like,
Was he?
wasn't he like a big advocate
Oh
for like
yeah,
the
for not
freedom,
wearing a helmet. Do
freedom?
not wear a
Yeah,
helmet.
yeah. Freedom. Yeah, bizarre. So
Yeah.
sorry. So what is the? Where am I? Should I be going somewhere? Should I be pulling something up?
Okay, this
I'm
is
like
what I
your
was
sous chef.
covering two
I'm like
weeks
your
ago.
sous chef. Yeah.
So, okay, well, let me set this up.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about Epstein right now because
What Epstein?
um, you know what? Can we look this up, David?
Mhm.
Can we look up exactly what did Donald Trump say on that All Access Hollywood bus? It was uh, grab him by the pee. You don't even have to ask. You just do it, right?
Full transcript of Donald Trump's obscene videotape. This is by the BBC. Warning: graphic following. Do you want me to show it, or what's the?
Oh yes. Who said that? Gene. Gene. I'm just gonna call you Gene.
Mm,
I protested, and many disabled people attended. The big beautiful bill is going to hurt many.
it's looking that
Yes,
way, isn't it?
that's my next.
Yeah.
I have the big beautiful bill. I have
I put it
the
into
entire.
I put it into perplexity.
Oh, did
I
you?
took it, and I also took the was it Project 2020 or 20? What's it called? Project 2025.
That's 1,000 pages almost,
I
dude.
put them both into perplexity so that I could ask questions about what is validated or not validated by the bill. Like what
Did it scare you?
to be honest, I don't remember what it came up with,
Did
but
you look at the genius bill that passed today?
fucking genius bill. I was listening to my All In podcast today, and they were
Give
talking
it a
about it.
rest, Lance. Ancient history.
Yeah.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. What I'm saying about that thing, okay, is I don't see what the deal about Epstein is. I get don't do the pedophilia and that's awful. And
Mm,
people should go to jail and we should look it up. But this is not new information on
mm,
Donald Trump. They already voted for him 3 times.
mm, mm.
And he said, grab him by the pee, don't even ask. That's assault,
But
man.
that's not what MAGA's worried about. MAGA is worried that he's not being as transparent as he said he was going to be by releasing this stuff, right? Wasn't he going to
Yeah, but
release everything?
they don't really care. It's just their pet what do you call it? Their
Conspiracy?
conspiracies.
Mm, mm.
They don't come on.
I
Eventually,
don't
he'll
know.
find
No,
that.
I'm worried that it's us progressives getting all excited that they're tearing each other apart, and it's like whatever. Like
No, they already voted for him, knowing what he is.
mm,
They already excuse everything. He's already considered the choice of God, and he all of this was known about him.
mm,
All he had to do was watch Howard Stern back in the late '90s and early
mm.
2000s. He's exactly
MAGA
that.
thought that Democrats would be on the list. Yeah, that's what they got into power partially by saying we're going to release these lists and get all this stuff out there. I mean, well, not I'm sure it wasn't a huge thing, but it was part of their mandate going forward was being completely transparent and opening all these hidden files up. It just seems so weird to suddenly have the whole Epstein hoax, as Trump calls it now, being thrown back at the progressives because it was literally MAGA that was fueling that fire to start. So it's kind of
Right, and
funny.
then the Republicans voted to not look into it.
Mm,
Right, I mean they could have voted. Well, they had a subcommittee, right, and that subcommittee could have said yay or nay, up or down, to send it out to the Congress and vote
mm,
if it should be looked into.
mm,
They wouldn't even send it up for the vote. Cool, whatever. So now we know what they actually want. They want to get rid of these programs.
mm,
They want people with disabilities and Hispanic and whatever. They want to immiserate people. They want to save money for the rich and take all of that up from the bottom and push it up through the system into the rich. So, you
well,
know,
not even the rich. They just want the money themselves, by the sound of it. Like it's not
true.
even
Yeah,
just
no, yeah,
like
and
I'm not
very
sure
few.
that it. Yeah, I'm not sure that it's going to help. The whole crypto thing as well, because there was the Genius Act. There was also the I can't remember what it's called now, but there was another act that they did for crypto, which basically says that these stable coins can only have stable coins if they're tied to the American dollar, and so you have to have, like, for every stable coin you put out, you have to have a dollar in
an American dollar, which is fiat currency.
Well, but it's actually in
So,
American bonds or
oh,
whatever it
really?
is. Yeah. So it's the idea is to try to stimulate investment in America through investment in crypto.
Oh
What could go wrong?
no!
What
What
could
could
go
go
wrong?
wrong? It
I
seems
look.
so smart.
It's not a. I mean, look. Maybe in other situations, I would think about it. I guess because they're saying, like, well, why we don't want someone else tying their currency to these popular funds. Make sure it's America that does it, and then people could be using American money all over the world as the fiat as the currency of choice, which it kind of already is, anyways. I mean, because it's drug dealers don't get paid in you know in
I
Canadian
don't
dollars.
even know. I think big time drug dealers might take Bitcoin, but most of them take dollars. Dollar bill, dollar bill.
Well, or frankly, they're probably like Venmo and shit at this point, aren't they? I mean, they like
Probably,
the
yeah,
kids are
because
pretty hip.
that's true.
That's what I'm told. That's
Well,
what the
but
kids
wait,
at the Beck concert told
can
me.
it be kept track of through Venmo? I'll bet they still love cash
You can still track everything. The only thing you can't track is cash,
because, yeah, that was another
and
crappy
even
part
that,
while
I'm
we were
sure
gone. I
that'll
had to
change
talk to my
too.
brother for like 4 hours.
Oh,
Blech,
really? Really?
sucked.
Did he have some interesting insights for you? Oh, your brother, like jail brother?
Yeah, he's been out for like 8 years now.
Oh, okay.
He loves him some Trump. Oh boy,
Really? How's it worked? How's that going out for him? How's that working for him?
that's probably working great. I don't know.
What does he do with himself now?
I can't even tell you.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right.
Let's just say he hasn't changed uh, career paths.
Really? Okay. All right. Was it good to at least see him though? Like, I mean, it's got to be.
No.
Really?
His memory is screwed. Okay,
Oh.
when he was in prison, his nickname that he did not give himself was the Dragon. Okay, so you don't come up, if you're called Pincushion or Sniffy,
Maybe
something like
Little
that.
Dragon. I'd be Little Dragon. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be. Yeah.
no, but so he was controlling things. They move him around from place to place all across the country because he'd get someplace start. I guess I'm proud that he organized.
Maybe he could have a
created
party.
bonds with the guys with tattoos on their skull, that kind of stuff. So,
Wow.
but things from when we were children, he doesn't remember them correctly at all.
Really?
Like, okay, my dad found one of our dogs found like a half pound of weed. It was a Pomeranian, and the dog was acting crazy as hell. We couldn't figure out why the Pomeranian. He's a big Pomeranian. And we said, "Why is this dog acting crazy as hell?" Mom goes, "I don't know, but I was vacuuming under my sister's bed, and she was just a little kid, and I found these strange weeds." And Dad goes, "Boom! I know." So he goes, lifts up her bed, and there's like this half-pound bag of weed tore apart.
Oh, Jesus.
And okay, so this is where the story diverges greatly. I remember Dad going to kill him, and then he and all this, and then he's telling the story to me. I was there, and Dad was going to flush it, and I was like, "Oh no, we ain't fucking doing that." He wouldn't have said that to Dad in a million years. At that time, maybe now, maybe once Dad turned 80 or something, he would have thought about it. I don't know. But
So what happened then? So in your mind, did he flush it?
Dad couldn't flush it all, and my uncle Frank liked the weed, so he gave it to him. But Wes didn't get it back. So but there's a lot of stories like that. Like he just didn't remember anything correctly, and he's always more the center of the story and the champion and the controller of the story.
Well, memory's fallible, right? I mean, that's and the more if you're sitting in a prison cell thinking things over, I imagine you
yeah.
change.
I kind of thought he would have it better than me because he hasn't had a living life to get in the way, and all these other things happen. He could just sit there and think about the good old days in his cell while he's playing handball. I guess he was great at handball.
It's amazing how easy it is to manipulate memory. I mean, that's kind of extraordinary.
Yeah,
It's
but they can do it to themselves.
Yeah, one of those. The critical thinking book was one of the ones that when I read it, I was like, holy shit! Like, I don't know how we like you literally just you remember things the way you want to remember them, whether you think you're being legit or not,
or see it the way you want. That's where I'm not as happy a person as I can be. I'm not able to compartmentalize like that. I'm always questioning myself.
Yeah, me
There's
too.
a thing in my head saying, "Oh yeah, right, Dick. Yeah, you know so much.
Yeah,
You're the
no, I said
smartest
yes
guy you
all the
know."
time. Yeah,
Yep.
no, I'm exactly the same. I think there's a. I would rather be surprised to be right than proven wrong, if that makes sense.
Oh, I don't mind being wrong. I really don't. I just don't want to be. How do I say
Maybe
it?
I assume I'm wrong. Yeah, no, you're right. I've got that backwards. Yeah, because I assume I'm wrong, and then I learn something.
Right, there you go. I want to be caught in my wrongness. I want to be shed of that wrongness.
But when someone comes at me with like an anti-vax or some kind of pseudoscience shit, I always find myself going like, well, I suppose maybe I've got it wrong. I'll have to go look it up again. You know what I mean?
But you already looked it up.
I know, but I don't trust my own memory on that stuff.
Did you ever play Minesweeper?
Yes, I was very bad at it because I don't remember.
Were you bad at it? Because I know I asked people, "Did you know how to play Minesweeper?" And they're like, "Yeah, you randomly click the number, the things." They go, "No, you don't randomly click the things."
Oh no, I didn't do that. I was not random about it at all.
No, but and then I don't know if you got to the point where once you click one thing and it opens up, because you've proved it to your mind before. If there's a 1 here and a 2 there, then this, and this are not a mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you don't have to rethink it again. You've gone through it once, David, you've gone through it reasonably. You went through it. Unless they come up with some novel argument, you don't have to litigate every time.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I think that is definitely I think that's an educational thing. Like that's also, I think I have an innate sort of I don't know.
Jewish mom.
I default to that because I think because I don't have a formal education, so I feel like, oh, well, what are these? Look, this guy went to university; he must know more than I do. You know, so
I told you already, and I don't even like saying nice things about you.
it's
I
true.
told you
That was offline.
insightful.
That was offline.
No, I said it right here in front of everybody.
Really? Oh, I thought we said that offline.
Wait, did I?
Apparently,
no, you don't know.
Lance has been going back and reminiscing.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Reliable sources. That's it. That's the other thing. I just don't want to be, I just want to know things.
Wayne, I want you to know I'm not ignoring you, but I just don't want to scare you off. The frightened little person that Trumples are. Stay and talk. Wayne says we got Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, what does that mean?
That means we don't see Trump with the correct eye. We're like all obsessed with him. I'm pretty obsessed. It's like, like if there's a guy standing naked in the middle of the road, running around, and you're like, oh shit, I better really be conscious of my driving because that guy's swinging his winger around and he doesn't seem to be coherent. I'm obsessed with Trump in that way. The guy in charge of the country is running around naked with his winger swinging around.
But you have a specific, and the reason I think we sort of settled on this approach was that you have a very specific concern about Trump and the Trump administration.
Correct. We've got DEIA, diversity, what was it? Equity, inclusion, and accessibility, or whatever you want to say. As soon as you say these things are not just bad, but you have to work against them, then it's just by default that you're excluding people like me from working. You're excluding people of a different color. You're excluding women. You're actually saying, because how do you go anti-DEIA? Well, that means white males are the default. That's the norm. Yeah, you did it, David.
I did it. And it's all merit-based. It's entirely merit-based.
You merit-based your way to whiteness. Well, see, you're like, oh, he stopped illegal immigration. I mean, I'm sorry. Wayne brings up the good point. He stopped illegal immigration.
He did?
Eh,
Did he?
eh.
I mean,
At least he's being, hey, I've got ice hole of the week we're going to do every week now.
Mm.
Look at the bottom. Hey, Wayne, this is for you. At the very bottom, you see it says ice hole of the week.
What? You got that?
Yeah, we're going to do ice hole of the week every week. Some ICE agent being a complete Nazi prick.
Have you got that on the? You got? Wow. Okay.
That's right there on there, man. Ice hole of the week.
Wow.
What the crap? We live in a meritocracy. We
The
do, Wayne.
concern.
Are you president of the United States, Wayne?
We
Or
live in
not
America.
because you're too big of a loser?
What? Whoa,
You're
Lance,
not
what are you
trying hard
doing? Come
enough.
on, we're having
Well,
like
no,
a.
no, I'm not. No, Wayne's good. I think Wayne has been kept back from being president because he hasn't had the opportunity
I thought
that,
Wayne.
say, President Trump
Where's
has.
Wayne from? Isn't Wayne from Australia?
Is he? How do we know?
Wayne, weren't you from Australia?
I mean, president of Australia. I'm sorry, Wayne. Look, you can't be a president of America.
I thought that was where Wayne was from.
If he is, then that's really bad. He was born in Australia and can't even be a great American.
But the reality of this chat thing is that we do want to hear from other people because
I really do.
Because I'd like to have a valid conversation about some of this stuff. This is the post-truth world that we live in, where I feel like I don't know what people think is the real thing anymore about most things. Yeah, Australian. There you go. Aussie, Aussie,
Okay,
Aussie.
but
Oi, oi, oi.
let me
Okay,
make
why are
sure.
you pro-Trump? What the hell? Where does that come from?
Well, I don't know. I would call worrying about another people's president a derangement syndrome of some sort. But what do I know? No, but I wasn't calling Wayne a loser and stuff. What I was indicating was, is he not where he wants to be? Because if it's a meritocracy and you try hard, you should win. But you don't. You don't win. You put yourself in as good a place as you can, and then it's what society is comprised of that allows you to win or allows you to achieve what you can. I don't know, Wade, why you like yourself some.
I am an
Trump.
American. So I'm an American, Canadian, and a Brit. So I can complain about everywhere.
Oh, bad news. Britain's the worst immunized country in the G7.
It is now? Is that right?
Yeah, especially on the measles, mumps, and rubella. They're at like 86%.
Jesus. Well, I guess I'm in Canada then. I mean,
I'm not on Substack. Should I be?
Wow. Sorry, Darth Pirin says, I voted for Trump in 2016 because I wanted an improved economy. In 2020, I voted for Biden as I am now on SSDI. What's SSDI?
Social Security Disability Income.
I see. Okay. Wisek, so, okay. But until you needed that was okay. In 2024, I wrote in none of the above, and I fear that will continue to be my vote.
Okay, let's think about it, Darth. And that's fine. I get you got somewhere there. I am not a Democrat, especially not what the lead of the Democratic Party is. They are what you would call classic liberals, like where they thought basically the inventors of capitalism, where you need to be allowed to let your magnificence fly or whatever, and not be restricted in any way. That's kind of more like, and then the mainstream Democrats are more caretakers. They want to keep the status quo as best they can and maybe give some rights here and there. Back in the 60s and 70s, the Democrats were more, we need to get these people rights and things. So, but hey, whatever. The problem is, like David pointed out, why in the world would you vote for Trump and then only worry about people with disabilities once you became disabled or required that? You should have empathy and think about other people that aren't in as good a position as you.
You should, but I think until you find yourself in that position, many people wouldn't consider this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's part of the problem is that it's like a meritocracy makes sense to people who exist in their own version of that. Look, I've worked hard. My parents worked hard. What's the deal there?
Yeah.
Why are they getting the weird? The weird thing that I found was that, and again, I've made jokes about this before in the past, but I'm completely serious when I say, the best advice I got was that I should consider myself as a straight white male, that I am racist, sexist, homophobic, and ableist, because the reality is I haven't had to deal with any of that crap. So operating from, whether it's true or not doesn't matter, but having to operate from that perspective is just an interesting way of looking at stuff and looking at things differently, because it's very easy to sort of ignore all this other stuff that's going on because it doesn't fit in with what you don't have to deal with it yourself. There's that classic thing of like, I don't see color, except that's incredibly
Yeah.
racist, because you only don't see color because you don't have to.
I got you, Wayne. I'm coming.
Right, you know.
Okay, Wayne, why do you care about the America's debt? And if you do care, then why didn't Trump's stuff, who's raising the debt more so than any other president in history,
Is that
even
right?
percentile wise?
Is that
Yes.
where it's at?
Yes, because all of the tax breaks they gave are taking away from the revenue, right?
Mm.
So you're actually making the debt worse, unless you just shut off the government. But that's great. But you know what? Nobody really knows what the debt means.
Interest now. There's also interest now that there wasn't before. Oh, I've still got that Mr. Trump. I've got the transcript up.
You do realize Caucasians are the minority worldwide. Whoa, that's fascinating. Well, but up until like,
Sir, what does that mean though? Like, what is so what?
True. And
but then doesn't it seem weird that, okay, so if the Caucasians are the minority in the world, which I mean, it could very well
weird that we control all the wealth.
Doesn't that seem weird?
Seems weird.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's so weird.
Like, weirdly, the richest African is Elon Musk. You know what I mean? It just seems. I mean, again,
you do realize Wall Street affects the entire world.
Maybe it's maybe they're
true.
They're just, again, maybe there's more merit there. Technically, Roosevelt had the largest. Oh, here you go. Technically, Roosevelt had the biggest change in percentage. There you go.
Do you mean in impacting the debt?
Hello, Jim. By the way.
Shut up, Jim.
I gotta catch up with James. I haven't caught up with James in ages.
James, awesome. I'm guessing he's in a spider hole somewhere, like Saddam Hussein. I love you, man.
James, are you still where you were? Curious to know.
I keep thinking about all this technology. Okay, let's go with that. If it's a meritocracy, why isn't James the Evo in charge of the universe?
He may be.
Hello?
No, it's possible.
Hello?
He may be like, ignore the man behind the curtains. Like, it's possible he's doing that already.
Yeah, but he's got enough merit that he actually should just be loud and proud.
Look, this plays into so many things. Like, where do you start? Where does the merit start?
Where does it start? Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so okay, I'm born in America. I right away have an advantage. Is that right? I'm born in North America.
It used to be better, but it's getting worse. Yeah.
I mean, so maybe if you're born in North America, like if I was born in Mexico, as a woman, I think my chances would be, I'd have to work a lot freaking harder and get incredibly lucky to get anywhere near where I am in my life now. The fact that, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who would never have the upbringing that would allow them to even consider becoming an actor as a job, ever consider that.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, James, are you still there, buddy? Could you hit us? Because I need scientific rationality.
Jim's in my back garden. Apparently, he's living in my garage, which has got to be pretty warm. It's got to be pretty warm.
I thought you were prison talking for a minute there.
Warm back
there.
Oh man. Yeah. So look, it's exactly the same issue that I have with the whole, the whole, whose rights over who's the, at what point do you stop being a victim? At what point, like how far back do we go for reparations? All this stuff. I go like, we need to, like, how far back do we go before like I just don't know how far back we have to go for it to be a truly merit
Do you
based.
know what's awful is they tried to take care of reparations. Have you heard of the what was it called? Reformation? No,
Mm,
that's what was that called? The right after the Civil War, they changed all the laws, uh,
mm.
got rid of all the 3/5 of a person, all of that stuff, and they tried to. All of a sudden, black people started being voted in to
Reconstruction.
office and
Elizabeth is dead.
Reconstruction.
Yeah,
Thank you,
of course Elizabeth is
Reconstruction.
dead. Got it. Hi, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
I had coffee with Elizabeth just the other day. We had a wonderful
If
chat, and she gave me a book on how not to like AI.
and then she uppercuts you
And then
uh,
I'm sure she wished. I'm sure
in
she
the
wished
area.
that she could have. Actually, I'm sure.
Are
Yeah.
you saying you were too fast? You
Uh,
outran her?
no, 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 no. We were having one of our wonderful heated discussions. It was great. I loved it. The Great Reformation.
No, no, I think she's right. It's the reclamation. Reconstitution's what you do to your dried coffee. Let's see.
Like a nice cup of privilege, please.
How far would we have to go? And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. What would they have to say before you could call them racist? I know you say you're racist, and you kind of, like you said, we are in a way. Uh, but if they start talking about someday, or right now we're the minority, it's like we who? We're all humans. There's far more in common between
It's a tough
all of
one because,
humanity.
but no, because I mean Wayne's got an interesting point there.
That's where I know I'm wrong in a way here
In that,
somehow.
well, no, just that I think you know. I think if you can't say white, then you can't say black. You can't say. I mean, I think we do identify ourselves with the way, unfortunately, with the way we look and the way and where we come from. I think it's impossible to ignore that, if that makes sense. What I struggle with, though, is that I feel like even if we did all look exactly the same, we would come up with reasons why some of us were different than others.
Oh,
I
it'd be
think it's
green
innate,
eyes, brown eyes,
yeah,
it'd be
redheads
blue eyes.
or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, think about it. When the Irish came here, they were the dregs of society.
mm,
They were the scum coming over here. Didn't Benjamin Franklin call Germans like swarthy good nothings or something
mm.
like that? They were swarthy. Germans are swarthy? What?
Well, and racism was prevalent. I mean, it was just it was it was incredibly prevalent throughout, yeah,
Yeah.
throughout history. I guess yeah, as Black Diamond says, we divide and categorize everything for the I don't understand in a way that it would be amazing to get intellectually to the point where you go, there is no difference. It's all just humans in a big human marble. Like what what do we need? What does it matter? But
I feel like we have. I mean, that's the goal, right?
mm,
Isn't it the goal? It's not the goal for a lot of people, but it's the goal for us. I think for thinking rational humans, it is.
mm. I'd like to have
Uh,
as many perspectives as possible because I feel like if I continue to live my little world in my
mm,
little world of privilege, I have been incredibly fortunate. I have been not as fortunate as some, and much more fortunate than many others. But at the same time, I feel like the best way to learn is to assume that there are things to learn. I so I and as one of my fascinations with the whole idea of disability rights and disability tech and stuff is that it's a perspective that I haven't had to deal with, and I'm fascinated by
I
that. I
figured
don't,
it out.
what do you got?
Okay, if you really get super technical,
Hmm.
you could say changing society so that I can use it is very costly and probably might not be worth it.
So
Why,
you can use it.
putting, yeah,
Hmm.
why? Why do that?
Hmm.
Uh, why can I get a
Well, that's
job that
that
some
common sense argument.
white guy that could walk around, right? Or,
Hmm.
oh shit, he also needs a bathroom. Oh
Hmm.
God, now he needs somebody help him go to that bathroom.
Hmm.
My deal is until we come to the idea that all of humans, we're it. We're the conscious creatures on earth,
Hmm.
right? We got to have each other's back. That's the only thing truly wonderful in the universe all of the spectacle would just be there without us contemplating it, right? So seeing all of your fellow humans as worthwhile and equal, it's got to be the goal. As even just on a DNA basis, that we're trying to propagate our species through time. I don't know.
I think there seems to be a weird concern, and that I have this as well, where I feel myself getting sort of like worked up, or like, wait, how are they getting away with that? They're doing that for free. There are people who are ripping off the system, absolutely, right?
I guess,
but they're ripping off the system at every freaking level. Like, I would rather we were going for the. Why don't we go for the top people who are getting the most out of their conniving ways, as opposed to cracking down on the people who are like, oh, they got an extra $500 for food because they're not actually supposed to have, like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like we're focused on the rights to, the meritocracy stuff always seems to come down to people getting stuff they don't deserve. And I'm like, well, what do we deserve? Like, I don't understand.
Well, the cuts to Medicaid.
In myself too, where I go like, oh, for fuck's sake, why are we paying for that person's whatever?
I think that's the English part of you, man. But anyway, so I don't know. It's here in America too. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're talking about that with the Medicaid stuff. Like, oh, there's some video game playing kids at home getting this Medicaid. They're just ripping it off.
Who cares?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I honestly. I'm not saying don't try to find it. Don't try to loop. Like, we're gonna game.
No, I don't even care.
Everyone always games the system. But if you're gonna spend the time and effort on it, spend it on one of the corporations who are somehow dodging taxes or fines or whatever. Yeah,
all the time. Like, how did Elon Musk get his AI to call itself Mecha Nazi or Mecha Hitler, and now he's got a $200 million contract
with the military,
with the fucking military?
No, the AI stuff. I mean, Elizabeth, cover your ears. But one of the problems with the AI stuff right now is that it is so overhyped, and it seems to be. It is like, I feel like the tech bros have moved in, the crypto bros have moved in. Everyone is trying to say that the most important thing in the world right now is AI and the power to run AI. That's basically what everyone is saying, and it's not even just machine learning in general. It's like such a specific thing. Like, it's just, I feel like everyone is sort of racing to the trough on this, and I don't like I think it is absolutely paradigm shifting, that it's completely going to change things. But I also think that it's not changing things the way people seem to think about it. Like, one of the guys was talking today was talking about, like, hey, maybe we'll get like warp drives and stuff. And I was like, what do you think AI is? It's not it can't defy the laws of physics and gravity. Like, I mean, I just don't understand what people think they're getting. It's like, take away the word AI and just put in magic. And that's what I feel like
that's what
people are talking about right now.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It's just some amorphous thing that's going to solve all these problems.
All the problems. We just have to throw lots of money at it and don't get in its way, and it's going to solve all the problems. Now, that said, I use it for programming and computer stuff all the time.
I've been using it to write a bunch. Like, I know we talk about it, but I'm more like getting into deep philosophical discussions and about the disability and about my life and things like that. So I was thinking about sending it to you, what I've got so far, but but I don't want you to read crap. They're let's see, what was I going to call it? Fighting with both hands behind my back and still winning. The Kimpy D story. But, kind of just go through.
Look, it kind of solves your problem really well.
It solves a lot. I've been enjoying using it. I really do.
You've got a processor's ear that allows you to say stuff that would be uncomfortable to talk about potentially in front of family, maybe less friends, but whatever.
Yeah.
And you can do it on your own time, in the privacy of your own room or whatever.
I don't know. It takes, dude. It's like, okay, do you want me to format this in a way so you can just click a button and do this, or as soon as we get more of an assistant thing, it's going to be huge for me.
Well, so you
Like
think the
huge.
agentic stuff will help more? They're
Be able
talking.
to take over other programs and
Yeah, that's the agentic thing where they're talking
yeah.
about, and the browser itself will be AI, so you can ask it to do things as opposed to just everyone's trying to build their own browser for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but
Okay, yeah, because as soon as I can say, okay, grab that clip, put it into here, you know, now have it fade in, fade out, and things like that, I'm going to be creating my brains out.
that's it. Then you can edit the shit out of stuff. I mean, that's you could do all the video stuff as well. But
Right now, I'm trying to do it with my stick in my mouth. It's a goddamn nightmare.
well, yes, and again, 80% of the way there, right? Like, sure, the AI can do all that stuff for you, but the computer can't. I mean,
Right.
we're still struggling with trying to keep.
And we're not allowing the AI or the LLM to take control of anything, which kind of makes sense, but I wish I could let it take care of mine. Or, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that will open up as things go along. The agentic thing is the big, whatever. I'm not sure exactly what they mean by agentic, other than its agents can go out and do stuff for you.
Okay.
I don't know why they always have to make it sound so freaking sinister.
Yeah, agentic. It's hallucinating.
Let the puppies go out and get the stuff and come back and do stuff for you. You know.
Yeah.
But which again, I'm like coding. I think it's absolutely changed computer programming. I think it's absolutely changed the entire landscape for that.
What are they calling that? Vibe coding?
Oh God!
I see that
these tech bros can make everything just sound so freaking cheesy.
That Chris Perillo's doing that a lot, and I like him.
He's doing the vibe coding.
Yeah,
it's.
He's saying vibe coding.
I would do vibe coding. I guess I would call what I guess you could call what I'm doing vibe coding. But I will say, like, this is the problem that I have, and I will walk the AI through what I need to do. There are issues though, like I am worried now about what happens what if it makes up. Like there was a case of it making up packages for Python. So Python, you have your Python coding, the actual, the Python program. And then you have these packages that you can load into it that allow it to extend its capabilities. So in the past, AI has made up packages that don't exist, and people have tried to load them. So nefarious actors, always actors for some reason,
damn it,
have gone and created those. Now, knowing that AI hallucinates these things, it's gone, okay, you've hallucinated this one. We're going to create a package. They're going to download it thinking it's going to do what they say it's going to do. And it's actually going to freaking, brick their computer or ransomware them or whatever the hell they want. So it's actually, you do have to have I guess you have to have a brain about it. But
right. Okay, a couple people in chat have been saying things interesting.
What do you got?
Wukong, much like subscription fees, and data harvesting, AI won't be the utopian advancement we all think it will be. True. And then what David and I are talking about is there a subset of people, such as myself, that it will be a life changer. Yeah. It will give a degree of autonomy. I don't know if you've watched these, David, but there's like these really highbrow discussions about whether or not human beings actually have free will, right?
I have not, no, because I'm not that highbrow, but yeah.
Okay, well, if you watch them, you go, whoa, do we have high will or free will? And then I go, wait a minute, if I'm just acting through these people who may or may not have free will, what the hell do I have? It's definitely not free will, right? If I have, and I do, I parse everything I want into whether or not it's actually important, or if I can survive or live with it, or will it upset another person? Will they, I can't say, hey, could you go get my dildo collection out of the, I know
because you don't have one.
Right, I don't have one. Right.
Because you're too embarrassed.
Maybe I want one, but I don't, but dang it.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got jailbroke Grok, and you know what I do with it? I make pictures of like Baby Yoda doing cute stuff. And then like I can use it to make pictures of you too, like, jumping off a cliff or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only, I don't do anything nefarious. I really feel disappointed in myself.
Allow you to do that though? Like that's.
Oh yeah, you can ask it how to make a nuke. You can ask it all kinds of stuff. You want to try? I'll send it to you.
Really? And what? And is it how? And you? Oh, but you have to have freaking X to do that. I haven't even posted on social in probably I don't even know how many weeks.
You don't have to have X. You can download the Grok
Oh, can you
AI.
just run it?
Yeah, it's just an app.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was doing. Okay,
You might have to pay $8 or something for that month.
I'm not doing that. I don't want to give them money.
I know me either, but yeah, I don't know. But I just like toying with these things.
No. So do I. So do I. I just feel like you know what? I'm playing with Perplexity. I like the Google stuff. I've been doing a lot of Gemini stuff.
It's good. Grok is stupid, dude. I'm telling you, especially if you take the wheels off of it, it's bad.
Really,
it's really bad.
But God, see this is the post-truth society that we live in. There, I don't know. I'd heard amazing things about it. It's just leapt ahead of all the other ones apparently with its latest release. And I'm like,
I guess if your goal is to make it say the N word, to have the freedom to say the N word and contemplate eugenics or something like that. Hello.
What is the
Janelle?
Hello, Janelle. What is the appeal there? I don't understand. I don't quite understand.
I don't know. I don't know. I've decided we need a public square because that's what they said. We don't have a public square anymore. You know what? Let's make a public square. And you go out and you get up on this box and a stage. We'll even provide the speaker system. And you say all the N words you want. We'll see how far that goes. See how long you want to do that. Even if it's not against the law, I'll bet your fellow Americans won't like it very much. I feel like we need, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, is it the fear of being told what to do? Like, is it? I mean, I'll have to look into it because I was sort of listening to it in the background. But there was a podcast thing on NPR.
Yes, Scott.
I imagine won't be around for long as well.
Oh yeah.
That was talking about how there are these very libertarian conservative states where originally crypto moved in because of cheap power. And it was driving everyone crazy because they're like, oh my God, these things are just humming away all day and night. And, and now, of course, it's all AI stuff, but it's the same issue. They got these massive data centers that are humming away and making noise and using up all the power and all sorts of stuff. And they're struggling because they're like, well, we don't want to legislate, but at the same time, I also want to be able to sleep at night. And it's like, I'm like, oh, I see. So no one's interested in legislation until it affects them, basically.
But guess where these things go? Like the thing powering Grok, there's 36 different generators because they're not just pulling off the grid, bro. There's not enough there.
Yeah.
They're generating power. They're having natural gas pumped in, 36 generators going. They said they only had like 16 going, but infrared drones and stuff have proven they have all 36 online going. And it's in like a really poor area of Nashville, Tennessee. Of course, they're all going to be in Tennessee and Alabama and all these poor places that aren't going to feel the effects of the benefits of AI. It just makes me want to puke.
Or are they? But that's the question, though. Like, I mean,
well, their jobs are going to be the ones to go.
Right. Well, the job thing is difficult. I mean, but I just go like, if there's, if it streamlines the process of applying for Medicaid or Medicare or whatever.
Yeah, but that got cut. You know what I mean? Like Medicaid and all these things. That's where they experiment all the time with, well, you have to have a job for 20 hours a week to get Medicaid. It's like, why are you on Medicaid? I don't know why you're on Medicaid.
Yeah.
But I know why I'm on Medicaid. So, and I would honestly, if they could do it properly, a jobs program for people like us. But is that DEIA? Oh, I don't know.
And does that count as well? That's interesting. So if you had your job, if you still had your job with the school board now, would they have got rid of you?
It would have given them a really good lever to do so. And then what recourse do I have? Everybody that addresses that is gone now at the Department of Education. Anybody that helps or makes sure that disability rights are being adhered to locally are gone. They're gone. So those things will be enforced. If you have a mentally challenged kid and they don't want to allow them into the class,
you can't fight that.
I'm sorry. This stuff does make me sad. I'm not able. I don't have those problems, and I'm past all that. But I don't want these new people coming up to
not have
suffer
the same
this.
benefits.
Yeah, and it wasn't benefits. I was the point of the spear. I got jammed through the wall again and again and again. So I got there, but it wore me down.
Yeah.
And I didn't want anybody to go through that again. And now it's even worse because they won't even have redress. What do they do? Who do they call?
Why? Like why I don't understand this focus from a government's perspective. It seems completely heartless, and
it is. And then when people say, "Oh, you got Trump derangement syndrome," well, these are the changes they're making. They're hurting people. They're hurting prospects for life and experiencing life and enjoying life and contributing to life. I don't know. Screw those people. And they're all rich. They're never going to feel any of this.
I think that's part of the frustration on both sides, isn't it? Really, that the politicians and the people making the laws and the rules, whether you be right or left, all seem to be so far removed from any of the repercussions of what they do. And I think people thought when they got Trump that they were going to be, this was going to stop that. But the reality is, it's just another form of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. What's shaken? So you're correct. I wouldn't say they've all always been heartless. A majority of it doesn't really work like that. But they made laws to look after that. If somebody is being heartless, if somebody is trampling on your rights, you do X, Y, and Z. You go to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or you talk to the Department of Education, and they'll use their levers to make sure that straightens out. It's hard. It's really hard. You have to prove your case. You have to prove you're better than that other person. You can't be as good as that person. You have to be better than that person somehow. And the worse off you are, the better you have to be than that person that you replace. But anyways, so we need the instruments in place that allow change, or at least that prevent people from running you over without recourse.
We need a department of government empathy as opposed to,
Right. And then we need, adjacent to that, the department of kick them in the nuts if they don't get empathy.
Right. But it is worrying because I do feel like, we talked about this, I think, in the past before, but the idea that the government is not a corporation. It should not be run like a corporation. It needs to do things that corporations can't do. That's the whole point of it. Is that none of these technologies that they're wetting themselves over right now, like AI and crypto and God knows whatever else. All of that stuff is stuff that was pie in the sky, ridiculous hippie dippy, Harvard, whatever people, or MIT or whatever, they were weirdos playing with this stuff to start off with, quantum computing and stuff, and that wouldn't get funded now because of this, because they're saying like, well, we don't waste our time on stuff that's silly. We want to do stuff that's going to make money. And it's like, well,
and it has to make it now.
Right. So then we need to be, that's why I think you do need the government involved in some of that stuff. And if you're going to spend a lot of money, why not spend it on something useful? I don't know. Anyways, I mean, it's
not even useful. You know what I like? I like the idea of things that people do, like art. I think that's cool. And if you can't make money off of art, that doesn't mean it should go away. It's a weird thing that us little monkeys do, and that maybe should be encouraged and supported. And maybe you're not going to be a gazillionaire, but if you want to, if you're good at it and you push and work hard, you should be able to survive.
That's a tough one, though, isn't it? Art. I mean, that is a really.
It's tough, but fuck it. It's like, what are you going to do with it?
Spend it all.
No, not just spend it all, because that's the whole deal.
No,
These
I say
guys are
fund it all. Fund all the art.
yes, fund it all. Because look at these guys are inventing new ways to put their money into shit.
Mm.
Have you heard of Poly Market?
No, what's that?
Oh, you'll love it. You can bet on anything.
Mm.
Anything.
Mm.
Started as a crypto thing, but now it's a
Weirdly
betting
addictive, I'll
service.
imagine.
Oh, but it's completely addictive. I was looking at, I had a real dark turn yesterday.
Mm.
So it's like, I'm going to get on FanDuel Casino and I'm going to go on and I'm going to ask them if I could be a streamer for them and I'll trick people into gambling and you'll pay me to do it. And I can't do it. Okay, so I can't hurt people and cause them to do evil things because I'm a wuss, I guess. I don't know.
Is it empathy?
Ugh.
Maybe it's empathy. I mean, but that's what I'm like. I've always said, like, I just don't think I don't have the mentality for some of this stuff because I feel like I don't know whether it's just I don't know what the fear is because if I don't believe in God or anything, so I don't think I'm going to hell, but I just feel like it just doesn't feel right to screw people over. I mean, like it just
I know what a jackass I am and how stubborn I am and how smart I am, right?
There's your first
And
clip. Someone will want to clip that, I think.
yeah, clip that.
Yeah.
So I know that somebody nicer than me couldn't have got as far right now. Somebody not as outgoing. Or what if you can't talk? What if your speaking is affected? So people think you're mental when you're not. You know, that kind of thing. It's just, you know, how would you have taught if you had cerebral palsy and couldn't speak? You couldn't when I did it. You just wouldn't be possible. So
some of these technologies could be useful.
These could be fantastic. And get more people out. And that's what we should be focusing on, not, oh, how's it going to make us more money? How's it going to put more people out at work? What's the end game there, by the way, David? If we replace all the servers and waiters and construction and all that, who's buying shit?
Well, that's the classic union boss being touring the newly automated Ford plant, and the guy was the son.
Yeah.
The son of Ford was walking him through, saying, "Like, look, this could do the work of 100 men, and this and that, and this." And at the end, the guy goes, "And so you don't need anybody working here?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're down to like 5 people." He's like, "Okay, so who's buying your cars?"
You know? Well, but did you see Ford? Okay, you're gonna have to look this one up because I read into it quite a bit and it was fun. Ford wanted to make sure everybody that did work there could afford a Ford car, and then he got sued by like JP Morgan or somebody who were stockholders because he wasn't maximizing profit. Now Ford's a Nazi, okay? He was he was like an actual, here's a brochure, think of the Nazi way, Nazi. So I'm not putting forth as a good guy, but there were rich guys back then, some that knew if we don't keep them placated and let them advance too, they're going to storm the castle.
I think there's an element. I feel like maybe it's just where I'm at in my life, or where my friends or my work people. But the talk of revolution is a lot more than it used to be, for sure.
It is. I still think it's
I don't buy. Yeah. I don't buy that because I don't think But at the same time, I go like, look, we have a lot of complaints about the way things are going. What do we do about it? What should we be doing about it?
I mean,
we just talk about it. Is that? I mean, I like to think that's something, but I don't know that it's enough.
I think if I became the dictator of the world, I'd be like known as the world's nicest dictator or world's nicest evil.
You're the
no, not benign. Somebody's getting screwed. I can't help one section completely fucking another section, right? So it would be like, oh, we're gonna have to be spacefaring, and anytime we meet another spacefaring nation, we're gonna have to conquer their ass because I'm all about humans, right? I don't know.
See, I'm not all about humans for sure. I feel like maybe I don't know what we contribute anymore. Like I don't, not to be too sort of nihilistic about it all, but I
love nihilism.
I think we need to. I believe we need to look after each other. I believe that we should, while we're here, we should try to contribute in some way, shape, or form. But there is a part of me that worries that we're not, as a species,
We're
contributing
not all
anything.
that.
We're only taking, if that makes sense. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, but yeah, in a way that's kind of
But
what
then that could
species.
also lead to a
That's life,
mentality.
right? I
But that's almost
mean,
like the mentality of like, well, we're almost out of black rhinos. I wonder what it tastes like. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
You know what I mean? I think there's a certain approach you could get to a point where you go like, oh, what's the point? Let's just get as much as we can while we can. And that's where I feel like we're at. Some people,
but we've been that way though since the 70s. I mean, climate
I think we've been like
denials
that way forever. But yeah,
forever, but climate denial's been it's been pushed forever. Even when it tilted over, we have proof that they knew
mm,
that oil companies, cigarette companies knew that they were causing cancer.
mm.
Oil companies knew that they're changing the
Did you ever watch
environment.
a film called Merchants of Doubt?
Merchants of doubt. No,
If you didn't, you should, because I think you'd love
maybe.
it. It's about the cigarette industry. I think I've got the right title.
Oh, does it have the guy that played Hulk? No.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah.
No,
No.
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 It's a documentary, but
Oh, documentary. Never mind.
it's about the cigarette industry and and the use of non-flammable things. How the industry said it's not the cigarettes that are causing people to die. It's the fact that the cigarettes are that these things are so flammable that if a cigarette just touches them, they go off. So to stop them having to change the cigarette, because they can easily design a cigarette that could just go out, which they do now. But you can design a cigarette that just goes out if you don't puff on it. But they didn't want to do that because obviously that reduced the number of
Yeah,
cigarettes
we
people were
went through the
having,
puff.
and also it changed the taste, and it was more expensive for them. So what they did was they started this huge campaign against furniture that wasn't properly coated with.
Oh,
It's amazing. It is. The documentary it stuck with me. I would watch it again. It was fascinating.
I watched a documentary on uh, not being able to drive drunk. That didn't pass in England until 64. Did you know that?
Really,
And then when they were showing the people, the conservatives didn't want it to change.
right?
They're like, oh, I can drive quite well when I'm drunk. I can. Right. And it's like, I don't want the government in my business. It's like, you
Mm,
dumb son of a bitch. It's not your business we're worried about. You
mm,
can drive off every cliff on the planet as long as you don't hurt somebody else.
yeah,
But you're gonna.
and
I
that's the
hate
problem.
people. I hate people. I hate them. They think their freedom is to do whatever they want, when that's not it.
Well, and there's a weird sense of the rules not applying to them. The rules are for other people, and I think we all have a tendency towards that. We all have a tendency
Sure, I
to
do that.
game the system somehow.
That's lawfully good. No, not. I mean, chaotic good. That's why I'm
Mm,
chaotic good. Yeah.
mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what I would classify myself as. Discord's fine. So someone's having trouble getting onto the Discord server. Does anyone else have problems getting on? Ruffalo was in a film about the coatings on frying pans, etc.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Causing bad mega shit to humans.
Yes,
How was
and
that?
but they made profit.
Teflon.
Woo!
Teflon, right? Is it the Teflon stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we don't have to. They think that's fine. Let society absorb the cost.
Mm,
But the company would go out of business if you made them pay the cost.
mm.
Well, that's the idea of business, you dipshits. If it's not worth doing,
There's a term for it. I
you
can't
don't
remember what
do
it is.
it.
But the idea that, like,
it,
okay,
it,
you
it
make what's it called?
socialism for the capitalism for me, or something like that, where
Mm.
they want you probably weren't thinking that, I guess, but
No, there was sort of example used in one of the I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what I was reading about, but it was basically the idea was like if you've got a company that let's say
that's
it's
not
a
cool.
butcher. You're running a butcher shop. You cut out all the bits that you could sell. Everything else you throw out into the street. And
Hmm.
then every night or every day, the guys come by, they clean the street, they hose it off, all the rest of it. The more success you have, the more crap ends up in the street, and the more the city starts going like, well, wait a second, what the hell? Why,
Yeah,
why are we paying for this? So they step in and go like, wait a second, you are shirking your responsibility you should be paying to get rid of this stuff because
This should be one of the costs of your doing business.
But the way the world has worked, we've got to a point now where where the industries are so good at this, I guess, the merchant of doubt stuff, where they're basically saying like, well, we need to recycle. There's the problem is you can't just throw the pop bottles we sold you away. You need to figure out what container they go in and put them in that so they can get properly recycled. The government's got to step in here and save our planet. And at a certain point, you go like, wait a second, but you're making the plastic and you're selling it to us, and so you start going, and again, like everything, depending on where you want to come in with your beliefs, you either go, the government should deal with this, or you go, corporations should deal with this, right?
Right. But it's really interesting how, like, the airlines and things, they had to be bailed out. You remember in 2008, they really had to be bailed out. During COVID, they had to be bailed out. But then as soon as COVID went down, they started buying their own stock again. Rather than using that money to make a war chest or a time of, like if we need it, we've got it, or reinvesting, say, in airplanes. God knows that would be crazy. They start buying back their own stock to drive up the stock price. And now that's their primary goal and obligation. That doesn't make things better, does it? I mean, do you get better products by driving up the stock price?
I remember, well, probably not. That's part of the institution stuff, isn't it? You just try to make as much money with as little going out as possible. But which again, I don't think is a bad approach to business. The concern that I have is that what do we see as value, right?
Right.
If value is purely monetary, then like a bad algorithm, that's just not going to go well for us. I think, and I remember talking about this on Tech Bandits years ago. Like, we should have different like merits, if that makes sense, to use a term that everyone seems to love so much. What if there's a financial gain to this company? What is its environmental gain? What is its societal gain? I mean, what is it like? I think there should be a stock to that to some extent as well, because
until Trump came along, Jamie Dimon, do you know who he is? He's in charge of Chase Bank and all these. He's a big financial guy, and they were saying that, look, how we have different kinds of intellect, emotional and artistic, and problem solving. Well, what if we had that too? Like, a company has these different categories that they have to be successful in. Making their area better, making it cleaner, helping people out, making money. Like, instead of just having that one criteria for success.
How many jobs have you created? How many?
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm sure that, and again, it's the sort of system that I'm sure will be gamed and people will figure it out. But I just feel like that is a seismic shift in the way we think, though, because now we're taught to basically that companies are about making money, and that the bottom line is basically just how do you make as much money for your investors. But I think investors would be interested in other aspects of that. I think. I know we've looked for we've looked for things we've looked for funds that we can invest in, that we're not investing in shit that we don't want to be a part of,
If you're making a decent return on your money and you got your report quarterly at like, oh, we saved this many kids by giving malaria drugs, or whatever, that'd be a nice little punch in the arm. You'd be like, oh, that's cool. Or I'm making money and we're doing this. That's nice.
I mean, what if there was a charity arm to every corporation? I mean, make it but again, this is where people would step in and say, which I understand, because I was one of those people originally before, where you go like, keep the government out of stuff. It's inefficient. But you said something that stuck with me. Just one thing.
Just one, yeah.
Which was, you said, like, look how inefficient corporations are, and it's true.
Right.
I mean, we always think of them as these highly efficient, money-making machines, and they're run like a finely tuned machine. The reality is, there's all sorts of politics and bias and all sorts of stuff that's coming into play there as well.
Right.
I do feel like we need to fix our government system, though. Like, our government system seems to be completely broken at this point.
But did you notice Doge went through everything and nobody's going to jail for fraud?
There's no
within the government.
Really?
Nobody's been charged.
The Department of Government Empathy?
Yes. Well, and they've only found about 2 to 3% of fraud on the side of people. Now, companies and corporations, that's a different thing. Like Humana or these other giant medical or insurance companies. But as far as individual people receiving benefits, the fraud is really low.
Right.
Like really, you got me. If you knew you're only 2 or 3% of it was being taken away or was being quote unquote misproperly given,
mishandled. Yeah.
Mishandled. Yeah. That's great. But
Well,
then
by all means, let's get rid of that. I mean, that you know what I mean? Like that's fine. I feel like, again, it just seems like the focus in this situation was not on efficiency. It was on effectively getting rid of, silencing any potential threats to the
right, and probably scraping a shitload of data.
Well, that's
Grok.
terrifying. That's terrifying too. Yeah, I mean, the reality is, yeah. Do you walk home with a zip drive with all that stuff on it? I mean, what's the? I don't know what the security was on that kind of stuff. I mean, they're already trying to put all this stuff together into a Palantir run system for IDing people for ICE. I know that.
And we know one of the people got in trouble for selling secrets to either a different company or something like that.
I thought it was Russia. Wasn't it Russia? I thought it was
Russia. I was going to say Russia, but I didn't want to. Russia. So I just wanted to keep that on the down low.
What? Yeah.
Oh, guess what?
What?
Okay, so
I don't really want to talk about Epstein. I just think it's just kind of
no, me either. What we're talking about is okay. So there are things the government needs to do, right? That maybe don't have a cost benefit. Like, for instance, let's say there's floods in this rural area of Texas. Does it make sense to cover everything? I mean, is it actually efficient to put warning things everywhere? Probably not. But we're trying to protect everyone. That's what the government's doing, right? Is it okay if we play Weatherman in Florida about 1 month ago on National Oceanic block cuts? I have the thing in our damn dirty age.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, so this is just showing you can't be motivated merely by profit. Government is not a profit thing. You cannot run a government like a business because they have different goals. There are different things that we're trying to cover.
Which one was this, Lance?
The first we said start lefty versus conservative, and the next one down Weatherman in Florida about 1 month ago on NOAA cuts. Do you see it?
Yep. There's no link though.
There is no link? Fark.
Let me see if I can look up just that link.
It says meteorologist warns that large Doge cuts.
Yeah.
Shit. Let me try something.
Let me see if I can put it in and just see if it comes up. Oh, can I turn off the AI thing? I want to turn off AI mode. Is there a way to do that?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God. No, AI mode is for God's sake. A meteorologist in Florida, John Morales, recently warned viewers during a live broadcast that federal budget cuts, particularly those impacting the National Weather Service and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, will likely lead to less accurate hurricane forecasts. He specifically mentioned the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
I just linked it for you.
Oh, did you? Okay, great. Because that was just my Google. Oh, you've actually got the video. Look at you.
Yeah.
You fancy pants. Okay. Copy. Nope, not copy message. Copy link. Here
now, this is a conservative guy from South Florida. Weatherman for 40 years. And he's just looking at, hey, should we be cutting everything?
There we
go. Because,
we're
trying to be efficient.
I'm going to share that. I'm going to move us. Oh, we're there. We're there for our reactions. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah. Whoa, okay. What?
There it goes.
As you've grown accustomed to my presentations over my 34 years in South Florida newscasts, confidently, I went on TV and I told you it's going to turn. You don't need to worry. It is going to turn.
What's going to turn?
And I am here to tell you that I am not sure I can do that this year. Because of the gutting, the sledgehammer attack on science in general, and I could talk about that for a long, long time, and how that is affecting the U.S. leadership in science over many years and how we're losing that leadership. And this is a multi-generational impact on science in this country. All right. But specifically, let's talk about the federal government cuts to the National Weather Service and to NOAA. Did you know that Central and South Florida National Weather Service offices are currently basically 20 to 40% understaffed?
Wow.
From Tampa to Key West, including the Miami office, 20 to 40% understaffed. Now, this type of staffing shortage is having impacts across the nation because there's been a nearly 20% reduction in weather balloon releases, launches, that carry those radiosondes. And what we're starting to see is that the quality of the forecasts is becoming degraded.
Wow. How wild
that was it?
That was it.
Wait, that was it?
That's all they had on that.
I had a bet there's a longer one. He goes through and really rips them up. Do we have anything else?
That's all that was on that one.
Crap. Okay, you can stop it.
As you've grown accustomed to my presentations over my carry those radio songs.
There's more of it.
Well, we're starting.
Okay, let's see if there's.
Do you want to look it up?
Yeah.
Again?
Could we?
Yeah, let me see what I've got.
First,
let me stop sharing just in case I decide to share.
Something untoward. But you could tell that guy was a big time liberal hippie, right? Like that guy was basic. Oh yeah, he's like science. No, that's what I'm saying. Got derangement syndrome.
He's a scientist. All right, here we go. The Guardian. Oh, the Guardian's gonna make me freaking pay it. God, I hate it. Okay.
Do they make you pay? No, just say no. Just click no. Just shut it down, man. Shut it down.
We've done that.
Because I think that's where I got mine was the Guardian. Oh wait, that's the one I gave you. I swear it was longer. Because he went through and just really showed how. Okay, never mind.
I went to the Guardian. It's the same thing. It just cut off where we stopped.
I wonder why it stopped there. I saw a longer cut. Anyways,
what did he go on about? What's? I mean, I can see if the find the original.
He just goes on about, our responsibilities. At one time we wanted to increase the amount of accuracy to save lives. It's not about efficiency as much as it is. There is a sunken cost fallacy. There is a point where, okay, do we all need 3-point or 4-point belt buckles into our 5-point belt buckles in our cars? Or do we just make sure you buckle up with a chest strap, that kind of thing? But he didn't really argue the other side. He just kept going through and showing, we need to do this. Then he showed how the hurricane turned and went up the coast in whatever year that was. And then that he wouldn't be able to do that now. It's not accurate enough for him to a day in advance tell you, don't worry, it's going to turn.
Oh, here you go. I think I've got the rest of it. Wait a sec. I think I found one with the rest of it. Let's see if this works.
It's just me. Yes. Oh.
Nice try. There we go. I think this is it. Let's see if this works.
And maybe we can cut forward if it's, hey, that's the actual channel.
Yeah, that's what I...
And how that is affecting the U.S. Leadership in science over many years. And this is a all right. But specifically, let's talk about the federal government cuts to the National Weather Service and to NOAA and understaffed. Now, then releases, launches that carry graded, flying blind.
That's pretty much it.
NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft will not be able to fly this test is becoming degraded. There's also a chance, because of some of these cuts, that NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft will not be able to fly this year, and with less reconnaissance missions, we may be flying blind, and we may not exactly know how the hurricane is before it reaches the coastline, like happened a couple of years ago in Hurricane Otis in Acapulco, Mexico. So I was asked to talk about this today. I'm glad I was. I just want you to know that what you need to do is call your representatives and make sure that these cuts are stopped.
Wow.
There, I like his call to action. I don't know why I missed. Yeah. Well, it didn't really go viral. Just people, scientists are like, look. The things happening at what is it? National Institute of Health or whatever, NIH. It's insane. Cancer research, just all kinds of things just being slashed. 30-year-long studies completely defunded. They're trying to rake back another $2 billion. I don't know if you saw, they pulled back $9 billion last week because the NBC is hardly unbiased. Wayne, come on, man. Come on. What about that was incorrect? Tell me what was wrong there, Wayne. That the cuts didn't happen, the cuts happened. P.S. That was a local weathercaster. Okay.
I mean, we can fact check it. We can check the numbers and stuff. But I mean, there's no. I don't think there's any doubt, even from Wayne on this stuff, that there have been cuts. It's the question maybe as to whether those cuts will have the effects, the chilling effects that we're discussing.
Well, I'd like to know Wayne's expertise in how these cuts will or won't affect anything. But hey,
percentage pure weather balloon releases is terrible. Yeah, I just don't understand. It just feels like the weirdest things to cut. Now, I guess, is there a part here is this another distraction?
From what?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Everyone keeps talking about these distractions. I'm like, what are they distracting from? I'm
no, this is the ignorant part. This is the part where austerity,
over-intelligence,
wanting to keep their money. They don't want to be taxed. That's unfair. Government's wrong. Dude, there's an attack on science. There's an attack on education. I love my uneducated people. Do you remember that? Do you remember Trump saying that? And now all of these institutes are under attack. I don't know if they did shut it down, or they've definitely been discussing not allowing foreign exchange or foreign students to come in,
right,
and go to college.
We cut back on that too, right?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, no. Just we've had there's a bunch of the universities. I don't know whether it's just Ontario or whether it's Canada in general, but they've cut back on I don't know why exactly, but there was a cutback on.
It's kind of weird. The people coming from out of country are paying full tuition, right? Well, back during Reagan's era, there was a guy saying he was the first to attack and want to get rid of the Department of Education because an educated proletariat is harder to control.
Yeah.
That's what the guy said. Cuts really in your source to the local weather station? I'm doing my exact imitation of Wayne. Seriously?
So, okay, there you go. So there's a 2035 provincial territorial allocation under national student cap. So that we have Canada. Jesus, I didn't know this. Measure has reduced the number of international students coming to Canada by 40% and eased pressures on the rental markets with high student populations. Provincial territorial allocations have now been finalized for 2025. IRC plans to issue a total of 437,000 study permits, which represents a 10% increase from the 2024 cap.
Wow, did you see how easy that was, though? You just call media the enemy of the people. You cast doubt on it. Now Wayne doesn't have to do research. He just has to say, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, NBC, all these places that are businesses trying to get money by being accurate, at least, or being a form of news that people can watch, at least for some accuracy. These places are not left-wing, bro. They're all owned by giant corporations. They are, at best, guilty of trying to both sides things, where they're like if you have a flat earther come on and a round earther come on, and you have to give them both equal time. That's the kind of dumb crap they're doing. That's the thing wrong with MSNBC, CNN, NBC.
What does Fox say about the cuts? That would be interesting to know.
Wow, I wonder.
So Fox News. There we go. Federal government cuts weather.
Thanks, Phoenix.
Get a job. Dems media hijack devastating. Shameful. Look at that. Dems hijack devastating Texas flood. Yeah, what is that? Critics link Texas floods to Trump era cuts. Democrats blame Trump for climate change.
See, look at this.
Oh, here you go.
What
Here
if?
you go. This is the one. This is their response to that article. Let's see what. Do you want me to share this? Let's see what we got.
Yeah, let's see
so this is definitely the right side of stuff. I'm curious to see what they have to say about this.
Wait, who is this?
This is should be Vox, I think.
Not pretty loud.
Is it?
I don't know if everybody else is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it probably is. There you go. Oh, weirdly, Fox comes on at full volume, unlike other stations.
Yeah, weird. That's weird.
Carries different levels of salt and temperature around the globe.
What does this have to do with anything?
Climate change contributes to creating more damaging storms by causing a rising sea level. Sea level rise worsens storm surges, make storms move slower and produce more rain, scientists say. So far,
this doesn't seem like a response to it.
Nope.
But notice that's the most boring milquetoast video they could possibly make. One step up from a slideshow. And then their talking heads all day talk about they're wasting our money.
Hurricane forecasts may worsen due to the upcoming cutoff of key data from U.S. Department of Defense satellites. That's different. The move is the latest Trump administration push that could affect the quality of forecasting. Could government cuts affect hurricane forecasts? What we know, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said it would discontinuation the ingest, process, and distribution of data collected by 3 weather satellites that the agency jointly runs with the Defense Department on June 30th. The data is used by scientists, researchers, and forecasters, including at the National Hurricane Center. The microwave data gives critical information that can't be gleaned from the conventional satellites and helps peer under a regular image of a hurricane or tropical cyclone to see what's going on inside it. It is especially helpful at night. Microwave imagery also allows for researchers and forecasters to see the center of the storm. Experts say that can help in detecting the rapid intensification of storms and more accurately plotting the likely path of dangerous weather. What we don't know, according to the Associated Press, it wasn't immediately clear why the government planned to cut off the Defense Meteorological Satellite Program's microwave data by Monday. The Defense Department referred questions to the Air Force, which referred them to the Navy, which did not immediately provide comment. NOAA spokesman calls cutoff routine process.
Of course, the administration, but they're totally legit. They're
process of data rotation and replacement. Remaining data resources are fully capable of providing a complete set. If they're fully capable of providing a set of, if a hurricane, let's say, is approaching the Gulf Coast, it's a day away from making landfall. It's nighttime. Union of Concerned Scientists, science fellow Mark Alisi told AP, we will no longer be able to say, okay, this storm is definitely undergoing rapid intensification. We need to update our forecast.
Yes. Other microwave data will be available,
but only roughly half as much. Hurricanes. So this is straight from the right, Wayne. Straight from the right. This is Fox News. He said
they think Fox News is mamby-pamby nowadays, dude. I think
really?
It's kind of, no, you got to get it straight from Alex Jones Kisser. It ain't true.
Really? Is that
what's a reliable news source?
Is that what the kids are saying now? Is that what the kids are saying?
The kids our age who are mentally incapacitated.
Lance, if you think NBC, CNN, MSNBC are unbiased, you're delusional, buddy.
I apologize.
I don't think he said it was. I don't think Lance said it was. Well, I should let Lance respond to
that. I said
Fox is right leaning, but I'm sorry, but Fox is saying the same thing. If Fox is right leaning, it's saying the same thing that we just watched from the news from the weather guy, isn't it? I don't think this is an argument worth having.
It's not, because he didn't get to where he's at through logic. So we can't logic and reasoning out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I just feel like...
I feel bad for you, Wayne. I'm sorry. I don't mean... I was unnecessarily cruel.
I feel bad for us because
having to deal with
we can't
Wayne,
No, that's not what I mean. I mean...
Okay.
I feel like as a society, I think it's fucking shameful that we're at a point now where we can't even agree on what's right and what's true, right?
No, wait. No, look, wait. Look what he did. But what about your biological men can have babies, right? David, do you have a baby?
I do, actually, but I didn't have it myself.
Whoa.
I decided to be very, very patriarchal.
Okay.
Let Jane have it.
Okay. That's cool.
But I have male friends who've had babies. But they haven't actually given birth to the baby, but I've got male friends who have babies. Yes.
I don't even care. Why do you care?
Sorry, what has that got to do with? Sorry, what was that?
With science. That was Wayne. Why do you see what I'm saying? They dodge, they weave, they tuck, they roll.
Do you think though the part of this though is the fun of the chase? Is this not the bear baiting kind of stuff?
No, they are angry about this, dude. My cousins and uncles, if you get them caught in a corner, they get pissed.
So, okay, but I'm going to push back for a second. Specifically these people, the specific people that you've spoken to are like this. I think not all of the right is like this.
No, I mean,
and I know you're not saying that, but I want to clarify that because
Trump, like supporters who think he can do no wrong. Think about Wayne's in Australia.
55
and he's like
years
getting
old,
crazy
electronics engineer by trade, not your brightest by your standards.
True.
I don't know what that means, but
no, he is right. It's not.
Well, electronics engineers.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's not pure mathematics or whatever. It's good. It's good, Wayne. But I wonder how you got there, then, bud. That's what worries me. Are you a good person? I assume so. I go out in public and people in general treat me well. They'll open doors and things. So I assume you're a good person. How did you get here, Wayne? Where you doubt everything science says, everything that reason says, and then you forego that and just say, this Trump guy, everything he says is true, everything else suspect. How do you
It's so funny though, because it's enlightening to me to hear that people outside of America are so vehement about this stuff as well. Like,
right? Look,
I mean,
Texas
assumed it was just America MAGA. I didn't realize that it was it was sort of a global thing. Like what the appeal there is, I guess that's what you're asking. What is the appeal there? Is it to be unapologetically male and whatever?
I don't know, but they we know people who do research, science research. They ain't getting rich doing it. Am I right, David?
What? No.
We know people who do actual science research.
Oh yeah, they're not. Yeah.
No, they are not rich. No. But the people who are rich, who give counter evidence, or at least counter testimony,
selling supplements or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're the true tellers. And then like you said, you got blame same on Texas floods. What does that even mean? What does that mean?
I think there was the one of the perspectives on the floods was that the Democrats shamefully turned it into a political thing, saying that there should have been that the cuts, because of the cuts, people died in Texas, and that has been proven apparently to be not true.
If government regulations would have been adhered to, those were no-build zones. All of those places were no-build zones. And you know what's really crazy about this?
Wait a second. What was all the places that
all
got
those
washed away?
All those girl camps and things?
Seriously?
Yes. They were no-build zones.
So
you shouldn't... Go ahead.
So I'm sorry, but then why were there buildings there? I don't understand how that...
I don't know. People wanted to build there, and government ain't going to tell me what to do. It's Texas,
I'm not wearing a helmet.
Right. I'm not wearing a seatbelt. Drunk driving. Hell yeah.
Never let a crisis go to waste. It's true. I mean, look, I don't
even mind. I think about how bad both sides are doing. I don't mind pointing out this. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
No, the don't let let a crisis go to waste. I think I think it's sad that we think of this as a political thing, because the reality is, I think the instinct from my perspective, or from I think most people's perspective, is to try to figure out how this doesn't happen again, right? But that immediately makes it a political thing, which I don't quite understand, and I think undermines again the ability of people to figure this stuff out, right?
You mean your conspiracy theories, Wayne, or mine? I don't have conspiracy theories.
See, this is no longer a debate. This is just, now we're just throwing
words back and forth, right?
I love conspiracy theories. I think they're absolutely fascinating.
Do you know what cured me of conspiracies? 9/11.
Oh,
when 9/11 hit, and I all the movies we watched before that was like, we have satellites watching everybody and everything you say, and the government's got this
You're like,
lockdown.
no, they don't. Yeah.
Right. And then they're like, oh man, the government knows if you're pooping and what hand you wipe with. And man, the government's bad. You better watch out. They got us. And then 9/11 happened. It's like, wait a minute. They're just bucks like the rest of us. And even if they had those things, they're not using them properly. They're not taking advantage of them
But is that
whatever.
But here's the problem though, is that once we give them the rights to do that, it doesn't matter which side you're on. You're going to be
because
Yeah.
and
Wayne's not a fan of Trump tariffs. There you go. That's the one thing we can agree on.
Wayne, let's have a beer.
Yeah.
I love you, Wayne.
From what I vaguely understand about the buildings there, Nicholas says, in Texas, it's cheaper to build in the flood zone. Could you supposedly be taking on the risk?
Yes, Wayne, that's correct.
I think that's. Actually, Wayne, I would have to say, yeah, I'm with. I'm with Lance on that. Yeah, I think half of America.
Wayne, there are 6 billion religious people on Earth, and I'm right over every single one of them.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, the Earth is still flat. It's a good point. It's a full-time job. That's true. None of this matters because it's all flat. But I should double check the stats on that before I argue with you about whether it's
on the flat. Yeah. Did you check with Fox?
I should wrap this up because I should go and say hello to the family.
Wait, it's not even. Oh yeah, it'd be almost 5, huh?
It's 10 to 5. So I could hang on for like 10 minutes. I think what's frustrating to me about all of this is how do you find an agreed upon reality? Like I just don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like
if you're going to ignore anything like motivation and opportunity, and if you're literally just going to turn off your brain and go, it's just as likely that there are aliens feeding us food that makes us fat so they can eat us, like the adipose, super cool Doctor Who thing, as it is that corn is an overproduced crop in America, so they're making high fructose corn syrup. They're subsidizing it, so that is what's going into all our food, and that's what's making us fat. Either way, you got to be both sides in it,
I'm laughing because Jim just got back and said, wait a sec, that argument doesn't make any sense, Wayne. If you think Trump is right, it still means that half of Americans were wrong. What's your point? Don't mess with Evo.
James. What?
Can you say one thing Trump has done good? I'm betting none. There were a couple things I was thinking like.
No, wait, I got one.
Yeah, what do you got?
Nope.
Oh, really? Nothing?
Wait. No, okay, think hard. Think. I had a list of things that I could write. Nope.
Really?
I feel like there were a couple. I think I can.
I remember there were a couple things where I went like, okay, that's not a,
Let me make a list.
What have you got? What have you got, Wayne? Give me a list of things you like that Trump's got right.
No, you're not going to like it. You got the transes, and he's beating up Mexicans.
What have we got? Highlights victories for Americans. Again, I feel like that's probably a little one-sided if I go to the White House for information. I mean, it used to be you'd go to the White House for information. Now I'm like, I don't know.
Wait, I want to do Ice Hole of the Week because I want that to be a thing.
All right.
That's the last thing on our list.
Last thing on our list. All right. Here we go.
Wayne's he's bright. He knows that a masked, unidentified policing agency that has any kind of checks and balances against them, that's going to lead to no bad. I mean, Wayne gets that. We all get that. He can get on board with that. That, if people roll up on you and start grabbing guns and don't have identification, and that's you're in America, you're gonna get shot.
Time start 1 hour and 30. I'm going. Boy, you like this Majority Report guy.
He's great, but I only use pieces. Okay, I was, when you first started out, I would go to his source and then put it up there. But then I was like, this is a lot of work.
It's too much work. But it is. But that's part of the problem. If one of the biggest issues I think we have in the post-truth world is this is the amount of the truth is hard, because in order to find it, you got to do a lot of work. And
well,
we're
no,
not used
yeah,
to doing
go
that
ahead.
work. We're not used to doing that work, right?
Wait, Operation Lightspeed. Yeah. Warp speed. With the shots. Remember, he got better regulations.
mRNA, which is now which now RFK is destroying with his own stuff. Operation Warp Speed. There you go. That's a good one. Yeah.
See, I knew one. Thanks, guys, for making me know.
Apparently, Trump is just a diversion, according to Christopher.
Diversion from
cook
what?
with lard. It's better for you. Another good thing what was the first one? What was the first good Trump thing?
Wait, I thought
he promised to release the Epstein files. I was pro that. Yeah. What? How did that?
That's true. What's up with that? Why wouldn't he release those? That's so weird. I mean, because he was friends with them and for 10 years and 15 years.
Yeah. Do we want? Let me see if I can find this. I'll share this. This Mr. Fun, I believe, is the.
It's MR, which is Majority Report.
Yeah.
Fun.
I need to go full. I've got. Here we go.
There. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Is that that's
everybody? We're going to do a new segment every week. It's Ice Hole of the Week. Back in David and I's day, because we're super old, there was a movie called Johnny Dangerously.
Oh yeah.
There was a character.
Farting ice holes.
Farting ice holes.
Favorite movie.
You summon a beaching cork suckers.
Yeah. You Yeah.
Cork suckers.
Cork suckers. That was it.
Cork. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Farting ice holes. You farting ice holes.
Yeah. So these are farting ice holes of the week.
There we go. What do we got?
Thanks.
They're very upset about people downloading Ice Block, which is an app.
Oh,
do you know what that is?
Yeah, this is the app that tells you where ice is.
All platforms
yes.
that you can download.
I'm involved in that.
And just post when you see ice people. And
yes,
apparently it allows people to
not on the development end.
Spotted ice in certain areas. But
I'm sorry, Sam. What was that app again? I want to make sure I don't download
Ice Block.
So Ice Block is the one. So this is the one that's basically like a Waze for ice.
Just what
is that right?
took place yesterday.
I don't know what Waze is, but
no, sir, let's go. Sir, we're not doing this.
Yeah, see, all the good guys have masks. That's how you know they're good. The woman and the child crying. This is how you know it's good.
Have a little discretion.
I think this would be a really discretionary moment. It seems like a moment for discretion,
right?
Boy, everyone likes the word discretion. So what's happening? They're trying to get rid of him, or
him, the guy. But wait till you see. It's got a good, nice ending. It'll make you cry.
So they're gonna take him away. And
what is take him?
What is he?
I don't know.
Because he's not supposed
That's the mystery. It's a story. It's unfolding before us. He told him his name. He showed him his papers. But he's probably.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, see.
Oh my God.
Stay out of the way. Counsel, I'm allowed to be here. They have a right to press the elevator down for me, please.
So they have a right to an attorney while they're arrested.
No, okay, you can pause it.
I need some background on this.
Okay, he was at immigration doing his thing because he's got a wife and kids that need their stuff. He is a legal American. He is here legally.
Legally?
Yes, but they ganked him aside and we're going to take him. And he's trying desperately to show them his papers. Probably there have been several people tons that have been yanked with papers. There's people in Alligator Alcatraz. I wanted to cover that too. To talk about fucking evil. But see, this isn't evil because at the end, they just terrorized the children, the wife, and the husband, but then they let them go. So it's like the Nazis are the big guys because they let these ones go. Go ahead.
But I don't understand.
Go ahead.
I don't understand why they were. So I don't understand what
they're grabbing anybody that's brown, bro.
So if you look brown, they say, "Hey, let's see your papers."
The guy who is in charge of ICE said it gives them probable cause. Your appearance, how you speak, and your job makes you. That's what gives them probable cause. If you're a roofer with an accent and you're brown, they can grab you and then check you out. That's what he said. The judges have said differently thus far, but they're not really going by that right now.
I don't understand why they would be. Who's going to go to immigration if they're not supposed to be there?
Because the cruelty, the fear is the point. ICE right now is being used to terrorize these people. It could easily be turned on all kinds of different subjects because these guys are wearing masks. They're not going to suffer societal repercussions. Their family isn't going to disown them because they're evil, right?
So some of them are in masks and some of them aren't. Like the lead guy doesn't seem to be in a mask.
The two guys that have FBI on their stuff appear to be, but you can't be FBI and be masked. ICE.
Oh, really?
Has a policy that they are to be masked.
I see.
So FBI, if you're a police officer, you have to have a camera on you. There's a little bit of digestion here if you want to see it. We didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
Wow.
The only reason they're immigration is because they're trying to handle their business as they're supposed to.
And his lawyer was with him. No, that was not his lawyer. That was the lawyer.
There were lawyers there saying we have discretion. You can show some discretion.
Just so we're clear on what's going on here.
Yeah,
that's the wrong guy. They were that was the wrong guy. This is what ICE is doing.
Right, so they went
families. I mean, I don't know what the right guy would be, but
so they mistook him for someone else.
That's what their story is. Okay. I mean, how many Jose whatevers? Oh, crap. I have a family. I don't want my family doxxed for my job. What, Wayne? Oh, so you do think, Wayne, that the people who are able to exercise force within the society to take people out, take them down, force, and throw people out, those people need to be completely protected. Doxed? Are you high? Ugh. Doxed. I'm getting heated.
Well, there's a weird one here because I do think if you're like when you're dealing with anti, when you're dealing with mafia, when you're dealing with serious
undercover
gangs, that kind of stuff, you wear a mask, right?
But that's to protect. No, you don't wear a mask. Then the mafia know you're. But what you're trying to do. But think about it, judges and cops. Still, even in that situation, do not get to wear masks. Sorry, you just end up getting killed, possibly. But the mafia is kind of me. But I am on your side. Don't take the job. If you're worried about it, don't take the job. Or don't do things that would make society hate you, I guess. I mean, you just have to think about this. The mafia had money. They were nefarious. They were a small group of powerful people. They could do something to your family. If you're just trying to harass an entire ethnicity, 40 million people in America, what do you need protected from? If what you're doing is totally cool and okay, are you afraid of the other immigrant guys who don't watch TV and go do work all day?
But if they're being told, sort of to play devil's advocate here, but if they're being told that they are going after gang members from wherever,
that's been gone a long time, though, buddy. Well, I'll look it up and make sure I have the information for you. A very small fraction of these people even have any record of illegal.
Yeah, that's the terrifying thing, isn't it? I mean, because again, I remember, when I got my paperwork, when I became American, there's definitely a feeling of like, well, because I had friends who would just go down and work down the States without paperwork, and I'd be like, why do I go to all the trouble of doing everything by the rules, and then these guys are down here getting jobs, pretending that they're, so there's the tendency to sort of want to pull up the ladder after
the ladder behind you, right? And you remember how we were discussing, like, oh no, if they did actually have all those satellites and things, that would be horrible, right? If the government could look at everything you did, which they can now. But this is even worse. The enforcement arm of the government can do things to you, right? I mean, and they have masks. They're not showing identification. They do not have warrants. They just have an edict.
In a weird way, I don't mind the face masks. I mind that there's not a badge number. I worry that there's not identification. There needs to be very clear identification and a badge number. For sure.
Sorry, I hate the mask because it adds. It's just, what's the difference between that and the brown shirt and the Gestapo? They're literally trying to be Gestapo without the downside, right? Without somebody being able to go.
But that's a way of looking at it. I would argue that if my job was working for, again, I'd like to think that I wouldn't end up in that situation.
Dude, you won't take a job with a Rastafari accent. You're not going to do ICE. That's why they need to not wear masks, because people who would normally be decent wouldn't take the goddamn job. But now you give them that. Do you remember when we watched that? Oh God, what was that experiment where the people would crank up the electricity as long as the proctor said, "I'll take full responsibility. You go ahead and just shock them." Remember, they would.
Right. Yeah.
And so they're taking all responsibility away from the person. That's to control their behavior. Them not being able to be completely anonymous. Wayne, you're not a Nazi. You're a Nazi sympathizer. Okay, so.
Well, but this is the funny thing, is it'll go back and forth, because the reality is, to the right, weird Nazis, and to the right, I'll think the left are Nazis, and vice versa. I mean,
they think about it. They think Biden's a Nazi. Biden's a leftist communist Nazi, right? Or a communist, right? They don't think Biden's a Nazi. They think he's a leftist. Do you think Biden's a leftist communist?
No.
No.
But then I live in socialist Canada, so,
Well, no, but what they call it, his name was something like Credit Card Biden or something like that, or Biden Bank International, because he did so much for the credit card industry to get them off the. Why are their faces need to think? I don't know, Wayne. Sit around and think about it for a while. Why would the law enforcement arm, the only people able to use force against citizenry without getting sued and things, why shouldn't they be able to do so in anonymity? How could that go wrong?
That's why they have badge numbers. That's the whole point of the badge number thing, was then you don't have to be, it could be, again, obviously that is not.
You couldn't change a badge around, right?
Absolutely.
That wouldn't happen.
Absolutely you could. I'm not saying that it's not possible to fuck around with it, but for a long time there, it was I want your badge number, right? That was the right that people had. I feel like that's disappeared.
Well, right, but then you make it connect up, right? You go, okay, they had to give you your Miranda rights. They got rid of that.
For ICE, you mean?
Or I think we'll have to check. I think that went the way of the dodo, but we'll see. David, you can't see how anonymity would cause them to act more brutal than they would otherwise?
Absolutely. I think there's definitely a problem with the mask side of stuff. But my issue is not that I see their faces. My problem is there is no infrastructure in place to like, because again, if I see your face, then you're like, oh, it's that guy. And then we're into the whole kind of, again, then you get the same situation on the other side where you go beat up some guy who works at ICE because you think he looks like a guy who works at ICE. I want a badge number so I can track.
Why doesn't society all wear masks? Like, okay, you went to the post office or the bank. They pissed you off because they didn't count the money right. Now you can go yell at them if you see them at lunch.
And people
Why shouldn't they be?
That's the funny thing is that in society now,
do they?
Do wear masks.
Not in America, and definitely not MAGA. They don't. Masking is nigh on to communism and mind control, right? They didn't want to wear masks
unless you're working for ICE.
Unless you're working for ICE.
I guess my thing is I don't have the same issue with the mask as you do. I
know
because because of the privacy element, I think there does need to be a privacy element to this.
What?
But as long, again, as there's a way that you can track your officials. If someone comes in and wants to arrest you, I need to know absolutely that you are the police. And anyone could go and buy an outfit that looks like a freaking police suit now.
Right. That will be a problem at some point.
And many of these people,
right?
Many of these people are from countries where people are doing exactly that, where they slap police on, and police are to be feared in some.
And they wear masks too. It's the same thing as the cartel does. So yeah, we're up to cartel technology.
This is why I think that the badge number is the most important thing. Is that you need to have a uniform that is linked to you that can be tied back to your.
Let me come back around. Maybe I can get you from a different angle. I think the people mostly responsible are the heads of ICE and Trump and all these people who think that's okay and who are trying to bring a forced separation of people, from their families and who want to bring force to bear. I think, however, though, these masks are actually controlling what's happening. If you put a mask on somebody, they will be. What if we could put a number on it, David? You're 30% more likely to punch because you're wearing a mask, because you don't want to be that kind of person who would punch. You don't want your wife to see how ugly you can be.
Absolutely. Look, I think in an ideal world you wouldn't have it, but my concern is for members of the force or forces who are in a situation where they are, like, for the people who really are going in and dealing with gang members who will come back for retribution. I think I think you do need to be able to protect.
I think you've seen too many movies, because that's not really,
only has to happen
that's
once.
Kind of a thing.
But it only has to happen once. I mean, that's, you know what I mean?
Does it only have to happen once to make all of the downside of it happening worthwhile?
Well, I mean,
what if 30% more people die because they're wearing masks? So 100,000 people die, but only one cop dies. So it's
again, but these are numbers. These aren't numbers, though. These are like I don't know what the statistics are.
I'm trying to put the number on it because I'm trying to say, okay, you ever hear that thing? I'll give you $1 million to sleep with me, and they go, well, sure. And you go, okay, how about $100? And like, what do you think I am? It's like, well, we know you're a prostitute. We're just
exactly
right. Yeah. So I'm trying to do that to you. Like, where's the number for you?
To me, it's no. I don't think. Again, not addressing that, but I just think from my perspective, it's how do you have a system in place? My issue is not with the people. My problem is with. I mean, again, obviously my problem is with the way that some of these people are treated, for sure. My concern is just how do you the only way I can think of battling this is by having people be having some system in place that allows you to track and discipline people if they're.
But what if your higher ups aren't interested in that? They want you to be as cruel as possible.
Well, that's I mean that, and if that's and that may be the case.
That's what it is.
That may be the
They
case.
said that's
But
their
I don't
goal.
think getting rid of masks is going to solve that problem.
I think so, David. What if you get less people to be in it? What if you just can't find people who want to be in ICE? What
Look,
if they're using?
that may not
What
be a
if they're
bad thing
using
either.
criminals? Well, no, that's what I mean. They don't want to be in ICE because they can't be masked. They have to be out and about to do it. So there's less of them. There's half of them. What if they're actually criminals? What if all those 1,600 people that were released by Trump and pardoned and attacked the Capitol
all became ICE members?
Yeah. Do you think it's? I mean, that's a little bit conspiracy.
But again, you're not going to get. But you're not. But you're also. Again, I come back to this. You're not going to get them by their faces. You're not going to say like, oh, that's
okay.
That's
then there's no danger. Then
I think to me it looks more like, oh, I see. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So there's no fear. I'm just saying
you're screwed, bro.
Legally, you're not going to find them. I'm saying through illegal procedures.
I think there's face recognition and things, but yeah, you can find out where they go through and go to. But
again, all I'm saying is that I'm just trying to avoid the idea of like mob rule on the other side as well, where like I don't think the problem is the problem is our system. The problem is I don't think the problem is that people are
agreed.
Ooh, what do you
completely agreed.
Cups of tea and fresh banana bread. Are you kidding me?
Well, you were wrapping it up about an hour ago.
I was wrapping it up an hour ago. It's true.
Tell your wife that you're defending ICE.
That was I was just defending ICE.
Well, I'll let you go.
I'm not defending ICE at all. Defending ICE.
No, I know that, buddy. I'm sorry. I was teasing you.
No.
I was teasing you.
I know. It's funny what it's. I guess it's a different trigger for me. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know why.
Maybe it's because you're an actor and you value this anonymity and the ability to get away. Well, no, your ability to hide or something.
Maybe it's a privacy thing. That's true. Yeah,
I can't go in public and not be the guy in the wheelchair. So, like, people recognize, hey, do you remember me? Nope.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because I'm the wheelchair guy, so they remember me, and they're just the walkie guy who.
Well, which is exactly the same problem as an actor. Where people go like, "Oh my god," and you're like, "I don't know, I can't remember."
I have no idea who you are.
Out of context, you know. So,
but anyways, I will think about your side on this. I'm not. It's like Wayne thinks, like I haven't thought this through. God dang, I think it through every which way, and I'll think about yours. I'll just tell you my angle where I came to where I'm at is that the mask is shaping how it's being used. The mask is creating outcomes that are bad. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I don't know. It's actually.
Do you think people are behaving worse because? Well, there's statistics that say if your face is covered, you're willing to do different things, obviously.
Right. And with anonymity and with not having, we know that 60% of people would apply lethal force, at least according to that study, to somebody as long as there's no repercussions for them. Right? So I don't know. Does Wayne have law enforcement experience? David's been an FBI agent, so he wins.
I pretended to be every kind of law enforcement. Yeah. Everyone knows who you are. Yeah, it's like being an IT guy in a company with 400 to 500 people. Everyone knows who you are.
True.
Yes. I think Black Diamond says it's a perfect example. Internet is prime proof of how we are when we are liberated from consequence. I mean, that's, look, I'm not arguing that it doesn't make the issue worse. I'm just saying that I see the possibility that maybe there is a need to protect the privacy of even of the people who are doing this stuff, but that as long as they are specifically tied to there is a system in place that allows us to.
Well, that's not in place either. So they're completely unidentifiable.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. So they don't even have badge numbers. I'm by no means saying, I'm not saying like, what's the big deal? They have their nice little masks on. I'm saying I have more of a problem with the fact that they don't have a badge number and that they're not presenting badge stuff and they're not presenting the reason why they're being arrested.
Oh, I don't mind. If you are, I'll believe you.
Yeah, so.
Sorry, Wayne was a police officer. Now I get why he's a Nazi. No, I'm sorry. I'm teasing. I watched Road Warrior. I know what you people do when the world comes to an end.
I think, I think this is one of those things that we're going to have. It's one of the frustrating things about that I have with the politics side of stuff is that it's just impossible to get any. I mean, it's nice to go back and forth and to get a sense of other people's thoughts on this stuff. But at the same time, there's a frustration that I have with it because I feel like there's no resolution to it.
There is no resolution. We have to contemplate the consequences, don't we? Don't we have
God,
to?
Yeah. No, I think it's worth talking about. But my concern is that everything just goes political, and then it becomes a he said, she said. Ah, Jesus, Wayne.
It's okay, dude. No,
okay.
It's fine.
Okay, well, Wayne can fuck off. So
I said I believed him though on him being a cop.
You're a cop who thinks it's okay to call someone a cripple. Okay, Wayne, enjoy. All right. Wow, that isn't even. I don't understand that at all. Maybe that's just a word that doesn't.
I was confrontational.
Yeah, but
I mean, he could have called me my arguments bad or something, but just so he knows, though, it's more David bothered by it than me.
I know you don't give a crap about it, but it really bothers me because I don't understand why you go to that as a.
It's easy.
Whatever.
It might be something
that bothers me. Well done, Wayne. You got a raise out of both of us. A rise out of both of us. So yeah, but this is. Okay, but here's the problem is that's the second freaking time we've had a conversation with someone claiming to be the truth on the right.
Well,
it's ended with them calling you a cripple and telling me that they're disappointed and don't want to whatever.
He is right. Oh, Wayne, I don't think you follow this enough. I called David a Nazi too. But there's like when I said I know what you people do in Australia when
Wayne's been here
the chips are down. Oh, okay, so he knows. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If you don't like being called a Nazi, don't follow Nazi rhetoric and don't believe as Nazis do. But I didn't really. Well, maybe I did.
At the moment someone tries to use insults in a debate, they immediately lost. Oh, Lance!
What did I do?
You called him a Nazi, so it's all your fault.
Right. I made him do it. I made him do it, David.
Look, this is the thing. I don't know how to deal with this going forward because I don't want to end every one of these conversations the way we just have. This is the second time we've had the same discussion about slightly different pro or anti-MAGA stuff, and it always ends up with this. I don't understand.
Let's talk to a smarter person. Let's talk to Jane and see what she says.
But Jane has, Jane's British though, so she's got that whole British pass thing as well.
Yeah, but no, she's got moxie, man. No. She'd probably be in here socking the shit out of people with us.
Right. I just find this frustrating. I just don't. I don't know how we can't. I don't understand how we can't have how can you have a discussion about a weatherman making a comment about cuts politically, and it ends like this? Is that because we're online?
No, well, see, anonymity. But anyways,
he's got his name right there.
Well, no, it's Wayne. Wayne from God knows where. It's okay.
It's almost like MAGA people have an issue with disabled folks
and Hispanic folks, and if you look at what Wayne said, we are we're the minority. Who's we? Remember he made a big deal out of like more of the world is Hispanic and of a different color. I mean, this says what Wayne thinks and how Wayne thinks. We have to try to steel man him. And I did for most of it by not bringing up that that's really super racist. But it's fine. I don't think you understand the base nature of humanity in most humans and what Trump is appealing to. That's what he's appealing to, their ability to say these things. It's just common sense, yo. What? Are you able to zap him or no?
I guess we can.
Or should we not?
I mean, I guess we can if we don't want to. Well, I'm gonna end the stream.
You know what? I don't mind. I don't mind.
I don't mind it being there. If he's got things to say, he can say them. If people want to.
Good job not saying the N-word, Wayne. See, I made.
See, but I put the C word in with that. I put the C word in with that. Like, you know, I don't even. I prefer calling you Lance because I find Gimpy G. I get uncomfortable saying that. But
well, I mean it's fine. Mm-hmm. But did you see how I slipped the compliment in there?
Well done, sir.
Way to diffuse.
All right, so.
Okay, bye everybody. Stand up to ignorance. Stand against cruelty.
Yeah.
And stand even if you don't think it's possible. We don't have to sign off. I'm just saying my last thing.
No, that's fine. I'm like I you know, like I said, I needed to head out anyways, but I got caught up. Yeah, I think we got to figure out a way of doing this.
It's okay, Phoenix.
Because I just don't like the name calling. Like I just don't like getting into that. And I'm not blaming you, and I'm not blaming Wayne, and I'm just saying that I don't know how we have a political discussion without it devolving into this, which just makes me frustrated. I don't feel like we've accomplished anything doing this.
I can be better. If that's
I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, this is your show more than it is mine. I'm just a damn dirty ape. You know,
I accept that, Wayne. Look what Wayne said. See, look, we came to an agreement.
Oh, fantastic! Great, good.
See, I accept your apology, my friend.
Well, there you go. That's very generous of you, Wayne. Yeah, it would be really nice to have these discussions without it devolving. And I don't understand. You know,
turns out he was making an intellectual point.
Oh, really? Oh, Baz is home. All right, I do have to go now.
Bye, Baz.
I've got my cup of tea. I've had my frustrating try to understand the other side and not really understand it at all. Yeah, so be kind, be brave, be brilliant. Cheerio, huzzah, all that stuff. David still loves listening to us, though.
I love talking to you all. I like it. I don't get to say things.
And you like to go head to head. I don't. So this is my own stuff. This is just my own, you know, I'm used to being the placater. Like I'm used to being the one who goes like, hey, let's, you know, I got 5 younger sisters. I get this at all.
Let's calm down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one who just or I'm the one going, what the, you know, so, you know, there you go. So anyway, so that's my own frustration. I just have to figure out how to deal with that on this stuff. So that's all. It's all good.
Okay.
That said, it's so good to get to chat with you again because I've missed it.
I have missed you. I miss the chat. I miss everybody.
Weeks, isn't it? Like
it's been like 3 weeks, man. Well, look.
Has it been 3?
No, 2. Because if you look, this was Damn Dirty Abe's week of July 7th, and it's the 21st, so 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It was just I've got these odd days where I was like a day here, a day there on filming. So you know.
Right. It was just all weird.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of things we can agree on, Wayne. I'm sure that's the case. But this does not seem to be one of them. All right, get out of here, everyone. I got to go see my family while I can.
Bye, everybody.
It's a pleasure. Did I say be brave, be kind, be brilliant?
You did, and I said stand up to ignorance and stuff.
Damn. I just knocked over Elizabeth with a Z's present. She gave me this really cool little decoder thing, and I've just knocked it over, so now I got to put it back together again. All right, get out of here, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great day. Thank you for listening, for chatting.
Be happy.
In this.
Be happy. I'm a happy person. Be silly.
Yeah, be happy.
Don't forget to be silly.
Yeah, and be informed, because that probably would
help.
That would help a lot of
things.
All right, get out of here. Cheerio.
Bye.
Bye.